Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I say.
Alright. Hello, 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 everybody. What's up, Snake? Just waiting a couple more minutes to see if anyone else shows up. Also, I'm still drinking that fucking, what's this shit called again? Cold brew? Man, this shit's dense. Every time I take a sip, I feel like I drank an entire cola. Ah, shit. Oh, Leanna is subscribed. How cute. Oy boy. That's weird. The chat on my phone says I have 2 viewers, but the chat in the Streamlabs in OBS says 1. God damn it, Twitch, get your shit together. Or OBS, get your shit together. I don't know. Or maybe I should get my shit together. After I drink all this coffee, I'm gonna have plenty of shit to get together. Tasty. Should I even wait the last 2 minutes? No, I'll make you wait. Have this countdown for a fucking reason. I'm gonna use it. Hopefully everything is... Can everyone even hear me? Can you guys hear me? Does everything sound okay? You can hear, should be able to hear some whooshy whooshy wind sounds in the background. And my lovely voice. To be honest, asking chat to test the sound for me is kind of redundant because if you guys can't hear me, you wouldn't be able to tell if I'm asking you if you can hear me, so kind of wasting my time here. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. What's up, Glutton? What's up? Yeah, I feel stupid because it's like I want to make sure that like because I don't know. Sometimes the stream. Oh, hey, countdown's done. Which all good. That's good. I'm good. Let me. I feel like every time I adjust the camera, I have to readjust it because now it looks weird. I'm chilling, dude. Check it out. Check it out. Ooh. Then I can do this. Oh. Ah. Ah. That's better. I think this is right. Should I do this? Nah, that's too close. Ooh. Okay. Webcam is adjusted and boop. Here we go. Now we're in Riven. Now I can't see. I can only see the game, and I have to look all the way over here to see the chat. Guess I'll put it here. Oh, I completely forgot to get my notebook. Hold on. Need this shit. This is important. It has all the little fucking codes I'm gonna need. A couple things I'm gonna need to write down, right? Wait, one. Okay. Just making sure my notes are in order. Last time we figured out a big ol'... well, whatever. None of what I'm going to say is going to make sense because it doesn't even make sense to me. But yeah, I'm good. How are you guys doing? By the way, anyone who's interested, it's... I'm kind of hyped because I found out a couple of days ago that Myst is getting remade pretty soon, and it's already up on Steam. It's not for sale yet. I guess the game's not out yet, but like you can go on Steam and put it on your wish list. And it's pretty like it's one hell of a coincidence that I decided to replay Myst right around the time that they announced a remake of it. By the way, this stuff, this fucking cold brew Starbucks coffee, this thing's gonna make me poop so hard I'm gonna see through time. Alright. Actually, let's explore a little bit. Let's see what... oh, that's loud. Actually, it's fine if it's loud. I don't care. Actually, it's kind of bad that it's loud, because then if you guys use the chat commands, it's going to explode my ear and scare the fuck out of me. So, wait a second. There's a lever. There it is. Actually, no, the lever's to make this thing move. Whoa. I'm going to have to play through it again. I honestly plan to. It looks good. The plan was basically to remake Myst using like modern day graphics, and it has VR support. And you can actually go on Steam and you can see like the trailer for it, and there's also like images of some of the areas of the game. It looks good. Like it legit, like I'm kind of hyped, and I actually really want to play it as soon as it comes out. Which I know is stupid because I've already played Myst. I literally just finished playing Myst. But these guys, I'm a fan of this series, so I wouldn't mind replaying it again with the updated graphics. Who knows, maybe they added some more shit. The last time they remade the game, they added a whole new area of the game that you can't really explore in the original game, so who knows? They might add some more stuff. That's right. Should I... oh, I think... it was never this loud in here before, and I think it's loud now because this machine is under that giant marble machine. And this thing's giving power to all those little gold domes now. I don't know, that thing right there. This thing's really important. Well, I guess we'll wait for more people to show up. Or not, I guess. I'm just going to read the rest of this journal. I do really want to read all of it. It's a long fucking journal, so we're going to be here for a while. Yeah, I already wrote this down, right? So I wrote it down and I drew the little thing. Assuming that... looks like... yeah, I already showed you guys what happens when you activate that thing. I think the numbers here are 31325. Okay. Let's get back into the reading this shit. Let's go back to where I was. I was here? Yeah. So yeah, this is Catherine's journal, which is Atris's wife who is trapped and I am on my way to rescue. And she's talking about her, well, when she first came back to Riven and how the people of Riven... yeah, her basically, I think if I remember correctly, up until this point, she's been talking about her first visit to Riven after she escaped with Atris many years ago. and now the people of Riven basically worship her. Well, they worship Atris as a god who opposed Gen, which Gen has been tricking these people into thinking that he is a god when neither of them are gods. So she's basically like adjusting to coming back home to where now her people treat her like she's a fucking deity. Worship these newts. Newts? I got two of those. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to be a god. I'd just be showing up and be like, worship my nuts, boy. Tell Gen to worship my nuts. I think some coffee spilled. Your emotes? Yeah, but your emote is never going to be as great as Footsie. The greatest emote ever. How can your emote be better than this? It's so weird that it's taking so long. But I guess because you submitted like more than one at a time. Is he a left or a right? He's a foot. Anti-footsie. So instead of the right foot, it's the left foot. Actually, apparently, I didn't know this, but a few of the people in the chat have done this before. But you can make the emotes face different directions. Evil footsie, and he has a goatee. Apparently, you can put sunglasses on your emotes too, so you can have footsie with sunglasses on. There you go. But yeah, I'm assuming the only reason it's taking so long to approve your emotes it's because like you submitted like a whole bunch of them all at once. I only have one emote. I really should add more. I need to come up with more ideas. Unfortunately, I'm not creative enough to do so. Footsie looks dumb with sunglasses? What do you mean? He looks cool. Oh, really? Why did you unsubmit them? A poop emote? That actually was kind of... that actually would be funny. A foot and a poop. And the poop also has a goofy face on it. Dragon Hughes thinks that's a terrible idea, but I think it's fucking amazing. Oh, the dabbing polywag? Oh, you can't do copyrighted stuff. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. I figured because I'm like, oh, like I can just make my emote the fucking Triforce from Zelda or some shit. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because then anyone could just use like really like recognizable icon like stuff from other things. I think I'm just gonna be like lame and just have it be like like a really dumb picture of my face or something like that because I know a lot of people use that as emotes, like the PogChamp face and the Kappa face and all that crap. I might do one of those of my own. That might be the easiest thing to do. You hate Kappa? Why? It's pretty innocent. It's just a smug ass face smiling. It's just like you hate it. What's wrong with you? It's so smug. That's the point, though. Speaking of smug, what's up, bearded? A bearded bendo. That's your fave, actually. Oh, that emote. That one's a pretty good one. What's up, putos? The puto squad is here. Yeah, I need to come up with my own. I'll probably just do like a weird... I think I already have an idea what I want to do for another emote. Oh, you're updating Final Fantasy 15. That shit's gonna take a while. That's a big fucking game. So you're actually gonna stream that tonight? It's a fun game. I actually been tempted to replay it, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about replaying it. Especially now that 16's coming out, it's like might as well just wait to play Final Fantasy 16. and New Game Plus. I forget what kind of shit you can do in New Game Plus. I think your New Game Plus is, although damn, New Game Plus might be a little boring because I think if I remember correctly, you just start the game with whatever level you were at when you finished the game. So you're just gonna tear ass through everything. It's gonna be like there's not gonna be any challenge whatsoever. But then again, that might be sounding more fun for you than get that cool ass outfit. You were severely under level. Yeah, but you're starting the beginning of the game with your end game levels. So your character's probably like a level at least 50 or 60 or some shit. And you're gonna be level like fighting level 1 through 5. You're literally gonna like kill everything in one hit. Every fucking enemy encounter is gonna end in like 5 seconds. If anything, that's just gonna be more annoying. Because the enemy encounters are gonna end so quickly that it's just gonna be more of a frustration when you get into them. New game it is. Yeah, it's more fun. I don't know. When it comes to like RPGs like that, grinding is kind of part of the experience. Like going around and just fighting enemies to get a little bit stronger. And combat is fun enough that grinding doesn't feel that boring. Enemies might be way stronger though. True, they might do that for New Game Plus. I know they do that for like the Dark Souls games where New Game Plus just gives all the enemies like. But then again, it doesn't matter because when I did New Game Plus of Bloodborne, my character was already like level like 100 and something. So even though all the beginning area enemies had like double health bars, they still died in like 2 hits. So it just made the first half of the game very like dull and easy to just fly through. You tear ass until New Game Plus 2. I don't know. New Game Plus was kind of wasn't really that tough. Shit, I went as far as like Castle Canehurst without dying once. And most of my deaths after that were like really dumb deaths to like some of the bosses, and that's about it. New Game Plus 7 is the last jump. Yeah, but fuck, you have to play through the game like 7 times. By that time you're like already like level 300 or some shit. You're like all your stats are maxed out. Who knows? I might do it for Bloodborne. I think Bloodborne is the only game that I have the patience to play over that many times. Because I usually just start like a new game. I almost never play New Game Plus. I think that was like the only thing. My Bloodborne playthrough was the only time I did a New Game Plus. Soul level 1, New Game Plus 7. That's insane. I don't have the patience for that. I still recall the playthrough where someone fought Ludwig using only hands, no weapons, just that shitty karate chop that you get when you have nothing equipped. And it was like a 3 hour long fight. Because every hit dealt like, I think like 3 to 5 damage. And Ludwig has like 500 hit points. Yeah, screw that. Like it's impressive all that, but like yeah, I don't have the patience for that. That just doesn't sound like fun. All right, time to get into the gameplay that you guys came here for. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna show you guys how good I read books in this game about books. Right. I genuinely actually want to read this because I really do like the lore of this game, and it's pretty cool. Like how much they added with these like character journals, where you actually get to see like how each character experienced this world. You get a lot of backstory as to like who these characters are and what's been going on. All right, let's get back into it. So if I remember correctly, Catherine is recalling her first experience of returning to Riven after her and her husband trapped Gen here, which is the villain. And now that she's here, all the people she found out that there's like a society, a group of people that are rebelling against Gen. Which man, you gotta have some balls to like gather a group of people to try to rebel a man who everyone thinks is a god. But anyways, so the last thing she mentioned was how her friend is also not cool with the idea of people worshiping her as a god because, you know, they kind of grew up together. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gen's constructions, or stealing food from the villagers. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short forays into the island's surface, and take this... Can't read that. Is that an R? I'm telling you, this lady's handwriting is pretty hard to read. Take this... Because I'm looking at Regalia? Alright, the island surface, and take this something very seriously. Refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moieties unless they are properly attuned. Moiety being the name of the society that's rebelling against Gen. Okay, so yeah, they run around, they steal shit from Gen, and they basically just fuck with his stuff. And they don't associate with the people who still worship Gen as a god. They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes, calling them evil spirits or ghosts. Okay. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortunately refused me from one of Gen's... Oh, they fortunately rescued me from one of Gen's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gen immediately. Pretty sure that doesn't say fortunately, but whatever. I have no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was fooled. Atris is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I am thankful he would be in extreme peril here. Also, there is a great inner voice, an echoing remnant that wants him far away. Okay, that's right. So, for anyone paying attention to the story, yeah, this is... I'm assuming this is recalling the events of when... So Cirrus and Aknar, being Atris and Catherine's sons, they basically told Catherine, hey, Atris went to Riven to go after Gen. You should go get him. And then, of course, Catherine goes to Riven, with it being a trap. And then, of course, they use that same trap on Atris, but like, hey, Catherine went to Riven without you. You should go get her, and then trapped him on Dunny. That kind of like, man, you gotta be one hell of an asshole to like put both of your parents in some serious trouble. Because I'm pretty sure they're aware that Gen is out to kill Catherine and Atris. Or at least like enslave them or trap them or whatever the fuck. Right. I've just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I returned. Looks like it says rented. Okay. Today I returned to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped I would not be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay. But I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen. Words will fall cold breath. I assume that's what that says. I don't know what I mean. The womb from which the cry released has suffered hurt will suffer death. What the hell is this like random poem that she just wrote here? Alright, to get to the surface we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface. Hello.
Sup?
Ooh.
Who's here?
Dickheads. Yes, true. But specifically a dickhead named Look Out a Snake, and a dickhead named Bearded Vulture, and a dickhead named Informal Glutton. And a fourth person who, I don't know, hasn't said anything yet, so I don't know who's there. But hello. Hello to all of you. There's no way for me to see the names of all the people that are in my chat right now, or is that like...
Wow. They're lurking, they're lurking.
Yeah. But it'd be nice to know who's there so I can say hi to them personally and acknowledge their existence.
Yeah, just want to lurk.
You know, I'm not asking them to, they don't have to participate, but it'd be nice to acknowledge them. Except for Informal, fuck that guy. Yeah, I still don't know the etiquette of whether or not people that are lurking want to be acknowledged or not. I assume that some of them would like a nice like hello person, and that's it, and let them lurk. Anyways, I'm just reading more of Catherine's diary. Where was I at? I lost my place. They've given her a mask and she's part of the rebel group. Okay, but I also knew I must keep my identity hidden from Gen's ever vigilant eye, so I accepted it as well. Then together we swore a short expanse, right? Or swam. Short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. God, I really don't like this lady's handwriting. It's so hard to read this shit. Like, this looks like an R, but that's a V. This is overhang. But I keep thinking that that's an R. But that's an R. That's an E. But I don't know what this is. Is that an L? A B? H? Ah, it is an H. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, okay. Fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dark caves. I was about to say dank. Dank caves. 90% of me reading this is literally just guessing what the words are. Two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from one hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrown area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command. Oh. But could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. Ah, I see. Oh, that's right, yeah. Interesting. I think this is her first. Well, yeah. According to her, as soon as she showed up in the same predicament I was in, where as soon as she warped into Riven, she got trapped in that cage, and someone from the moiety had to save her, like they did with me. Except they actually rescued her. They just left my ass there like a bunch of assholes. Made me go on this whole fucking quest just to find my linking book. Well, it wasn't Lincoln Book, Trav book. Anyways. Alright, this swept over me in a matter of seconds. But in seconds more, all feelings were gone. Okay. Took me a second to realize that was an A. Alright, but in seconds more, all feelings was gone. There was numbness. Oh. We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces, about a half of a mile apart. Oh, okay, that's an interesting bit of lore. I completely forgot that was a thing. Yeah, so Riven is is supposed to be a single giant island, but because this is a world that was written by Gen, and Gen is kind of an asshole and doesn't know how to really make worlds, it started to fall apart, and then the island broke up into 5 pieces, which started to separate. Interesting bit of lore there. Okay. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only his... ministers? I'm assuming that says ministers. Only his ministers and personal militia are even allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gen's self-absorbed constructions. Okay. So most of like the architecture you see on the island is created by Gen. I'm assuming the giant golden domes and all that shit. Moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. There's another island which I could not see as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the Great Tree used to exist. Oh, what the fuck is the Great Tree? Wait. Interesting. Wait. Is that the place that we went to? The giant tree that everyone lived inside of? Right. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven, but they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people, though Gen's influence can be seen everywhere. Okay, so I don't know what island this is. This is the island with the giant dome where I started on. Here's the island with the village and the forest. Here's that island with all the weird little map stuff. And then this island, I don't know what it is. There's supposed to be a 5th island. Oh wait, this is probably the island I'm on right now. What are you doing?
Need this
Why?
to listen to the stream.
Why?
My Bluetooth headset's very rough.
Why? My stream's lame. It's just me reading. Me reading at like a 2nd grade level because I can barely... I have a hard time reading cursive, and also this lady's handwriting kind of sucks. Yeah, those are the notes. There's only one more like specific clue that I need, which I'm going to get from another journal that I'm going to be reading soon. But I think I have everything I need to finish the game. Or at least to get to Gen and then get to where Catherine's at, if I remember correctly. Could be missing some shit. Alright, cool. So here's a crude little drawing of Riven, the Riven world. There's supposed to be a 5th island somewhere that she hasn't mentioned. Alright, of course I know the reason for the fracturing of the islands. The moiety do not. Gen wrote this place and it will die, as all of Gen's ages eventually die. Okay, now next entry. I guess these little like squiggly lines are her like in-between entries. This one just begins with, I feel nothing today. I am nothing. Okay. I live in a cave on a dying world, uninhibited by people inhabited by people that... Okay, I guess she was about to say some shit and then she just scratched it off. They're treating me so strangely, they don't know how to relate to a god. I'm still an outcast here, they whispered amongst themselves, talking of my heavenly... Right? Of my... Oh, talking of my bravery during my excursion to the surface. How I walked across the island, bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Etty is uncomfortable around me. I think Etty is that lady that we met in that little village where she gave me this book. Pretty sure that has to be Etty. Why else would she have this journal? Yeah. Even Etty is uncomfortable around me. At times there is no awkwardness, and I am only Catherine to her. Or Katarina, as she said. But at other times I am something else. I am afraid. There's such a Grant? Assuming that says, there's a great numbness inside of me. Okay, I am afraid there's a great numbness inside of me. Today I do not feel closeness with my people, neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gen, I do not feel anything. Okay, damn. Well, to be fair, she is basically... She was betrayed by her own 2 kids and trapped in a world where she grew up in, but now is dying and falling apart before her eyes. And the people she grew up with are treating her like she's a fucking alien. I forgot how fucking depressing this journal entry becomes as it goes on. But then again, I don't think I've fully read this. I would just read up until the point where I get the little like code that I need to beat the game, and then I was like, alright, cool, I don't need to read this anymore. And also there's like the little letter that she wrote just for me specifically. Also these creepy little drawings that she scratched out. Okay. Not even sure of... At least Nella is still close. Nella might be the one that I talked to. Actually, no. I think she writes the name of the person that gives me the journal. Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Game froze for like a split second there. That was weird. Yeah, right quickly for my prison. Nella. Okay, so Nella is the one that... Okay, now she's talking about the lady that I met. Wait, then who the hell is Etty? I wonder if I meet Etty. I am boiling, I am blank. Okay. She's slowly devolving into like sheer depression and anxiety due to the fact that her home world is basically just caving in around her and that she's trapped here with no way out. Ah, here we are. Gen is making and writing books. I wish they had told me sooner. Aether should have realized, okay. Aether should have realized that this would happen, of course. Gen would have written all of the materials necessary to the dunny craft of making books into this age, and probably even every other age he ever wrote. But makes sense. So yeah, he basically made this world and intentionally made sure that this world would have the materials he would need to be able to make other worlds that he could travel to. And he's attempting to leave. He's attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him, we only delayed him. This age has become his factory and the people are his machines. All blank in his... All factoring? All... Whatever. All blanking in his mad pursuit to become a god. To carry on his noble dunny cause. so far he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atris has never believed in destiny, but I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect. It's too much of a coincidence. They hang on my every word, though they do not understand them. I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them. There is no choice. Oh, so this is how she got caught. She probably went to confront Gen, realizing that he's trying to escape. Well, I'm getting pretty close to the end of the journal. No? This is a long journal. This stream is probably just going to be me reading. Where was I? That's right, I was here. Alright. It's been a long time since my last entry. It is hard to recognize, but I have found the Starfisher. It is located on the island which the Rivenese call Alapo, meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the moiety as Ablatuan? I think that's what that says. Whatever. Meaning pool of stars. Okay. The island I started on, basically. Having once allowed Atris to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. A crude telescope has been mounted over the locked viewport, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety before my arrival. And then, you know, here's the code, which I already wrote down, which lets me open up, well, I already showed you guys. Lets me open up the little porthole so I can look through the telescope. Actually, there's another way to get that ending. I could... Yeah, this game has a bunch of stupid endings, so one ending I showed, I just went and opened the Starfisher, which basically destroys Riven, calls Atris over, and then he's like, where's my dad, where's my wife? And I didn't deal with either of them. Then Gen shows up, kills Atris, kills me, and then fucks off, because now he has the Mist linking book. I could take care of Gen, but not save Catherine, which that one's even sadder, because he shows up and he's like, hey, did you take care of my dad? And I show him the book, and he's like, all right, cool. Where's my wife? And it's like, I literally just look at him like, I don't know. And he's like, you, like, great. Now you killed my wife. I'm out of here. And then he goes off to, like, try to save her, and then I'm just left to, like, wait for the world to just fall apart in front of me. That was probably the saddest one, because that probably ends up killing all of us, because he leaves with the linking book, obviously, to go save his wife. And he leaves me behind because I'm obviously an idiot. Alright. In the early days, the moiety, seeking an escape from Riven, briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Unintentionally, however, they decided against opening it. Ultimately, I'm assuming that's what this is. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it. I'm almost certain that with the decayed state of the islands, opening the fissure now would be destruction. Or disastrous. That's one. Either way. I've heard that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the Mist book fall from Atris's hands into the very same space. To this end, he would have people alleged transgressions of the law. Transgressors. Oh, okay. So he would get I guess, criminals and then throw them into the star fissure. Thrown into it. Okay. So that he could observe their fate. The telescope, which still stands there, is one he had built for those callous experiments. Okay, so after... Wait. That makes no sense. Okay, so that's an interesting bit of lore. So yeah, so Atreus basically opened up the fissure, dropped the mist book in there after teleporting him and Catherine out of Riven. Told Gen to go fuck himself, and then Gen saw the book just fall into like a giant black hole, and he's like, well, need to figure out a way to get that book back so I can get the hell out of this world. So he just started throwing people down in there and then watching them with the telescope that's there. Right. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limit of Gen's optics prevented him from learning their fate. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atreus explained it after he had fallen into it. That's right, Atreus would have experienced it like firsthand and survived because he used the book to warp out. But much more than that, we've never understood and were never able to conclude upon its origins. But the visions tell me that it was born out of the will of the Maker. Perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. I still remember Atreus' words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell... yeah, this is cute. It's what he says at the beginning of Mist. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse. Ah, you see? It's a reference. Reference to the beginning of the first game. Oh! Chillmangs! Oh shit! Chillmangs is... Chillamags! Hey, what's up with the raid, dude? Thank you! Welcome! Hello! And hosting my stream. And raiding me. Holy shit, Shora. Oh, what this... Is that like Riven-S for something? That sounds like Riven-S. Holy shit, I'm being raided. Being raided. That's Dunny for hello. Ah, I had a feeling. Yeah, Shora does feel... Damn. That's some heavy lore learning right there. You were able to fucking learn Dunny. Funny enough, hey, what do you think of Mist 3? Because I've only ever played Mist and Riven, and I am planning on playing Exile next week. I should be finishing Riven today. Like it, but some people don't like it. Okay, I'll be experiencing it for the first time, so I guess it's up to me. Mist 3 is good. It's like a dessert to Riven's main course. Okay, that's a nice way of seeing it. Yeah, I hear 4 and 5 are not that good. Doing Riven blind with these lovely experts. Oh, nice. How you liking Riven? 3 is much easier, but fun. Oh, okay, I'm excited for that. 4 isn't that bad. 5 is rough. Oof. Oh, jeez. Mystery is nice, just made by some different company mostly. Yeah, I heard it was like mostly Ubisoft, and I think, because I know it's Rand Miller, and I forget his brother's name. The guy who plays Cirrus in Myst. I heard he bailed, and it was just Rand by himself working with Ubisoft, and Ubisoft... Robin Miller. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I heard Ubisoft kind of like took creative control over the whole thing at 3, and then like 4 and 5 were basically just Ubisoft, and Rand Miller would just like kind of chime in every once in a while, but it was mostly Ubisoft taking over. But yeah, Robin Miller, he wasn't that happy with Mystery, I heard. Yeah, I was watching like a small documentary. Cyan made Mist and Riven. 3 was a small studio called Presto. So Ubisoft took over after 3. 4 was Ubisoft, and then 5 was Cyan again. Interesting. Yeah. 4, well, I kind of enjoy the B movie campy acting. Yeah, I heard that the acting in 4 is kind of the bit cringe but fun. And they bring back Cirrus and Achenar, and I heard that the acting for Cirrus and Achenar is like way over the top and really goofy. I'm very curious to try 3 because I've always like I really loved, I used to play Myst and Riven like back to back over and over again like on a loop, and I've never got to play 3. And I do want to play 3. I might not play, depending on how I feel about 3. I might just skip 4 and 5 and just leave it at that. I really want to play Abduction though, because I hear Abduction's really good. Myst 3 has a famous actor in it. Yeah, the guy who plays the villain. I forget the name of the actor, but I know I've heard of it. Abduction is really great. Okay. Yeah, I think my plan, depending on how I feel about 3 when I'm finished with it, is once I'm done with Riven, I'll play 3. And if I really end up loving 3, I might just play 4. But if I feel kind of like whatever about it, I'll just go straight into Abduction because I really, really want to play Abduction. By the way, did you guys see their announcement the other day that they're remaking Myst? It's already, you can see it on Steam, and you can already put it on your wish list. 5 is kind of rushed, but you liked it? Yeah, okay. Would recommend 4 and 5 though. Yeah, another remake. Dude, look it up. It looks amazing because they're basically remaking Myst, but with like modern graphics. So it looks like a PS4 game. It's no, not just real Myst. It's ground up for VR. Hell yeah. Oh, look it up. Oh my god, I saw the trailer and that shit gave me chills. It looks amazing. And if you go to Steam, there's still images of like other sections of the game, and it looks beautiful. Coming up on out this December. Holy shit! Checked out every Myst version. There are so many differences. Yeah, well, so far as far as Myst goes, there's the original Myst and then real Myst, and then there's like the Masterpiece Edition, which is just real Myst. It's not that much different from, maybe a little bit better looking, but that's about it. Search of followers, primes, and views. We will help you with bigfollows.com. Oh, shut the fuck up. Another one of those fucking bots trying to get me to pay them money so I can get more followers. PS4 graphics aren't good enough. Nah, well, it compared like as much as I liked playing Real Myst because I did play Real Myst like not that long ago. I kind of really like the original graphics, but you gotta say, bot be gone. Yeah, I get those bots every once in a while. It's kind of annoying. What was I saying? Yeah, the original version of Myst is like, have I ever played Uru? No, I've only ever played Myst and Riven, which is why I really want to play Exile because I've never tried it. So do we all? Yeah. But yeah, it's one hell of a coincidence that Cyan announced just recently because I literally just started streaming Myst on a complete whim. It wasn't even like those were like on my agenda or anything. It was just like one day I was like, hey, you know what? I haven't played Myst in like over 20 years. Let me just fucking play it and stream it because a lot of people that I know have never played it. And all of a sudden I'm finding out that they're remaking Myst with like very modern looking graphics. The handheld version of Myst are total. Oh yeah, the DS one is so ugly and it's so. I remember getting it because I'm like, oh cool, an excuse to replay Myst. And I got it on the DS. I played like a couple of minutes of it. And I'm like, ooh, it's pretty bad. It's a good time for Myst fans. I know, right? Also, I know that they also have an announcement for a new game called The Firmament. So I'm kind of excited to try that too. Firmament is in development. Yeah. Yeah, there's only like a weird little like teaser trailer for it, and I'm excited to see what they do with that. 3DS is even worse. It has real Mist graphics from 2000, but reduced to point and click. Yeah, I think that's the one I tried. I might have tried the first one. I can't remember which one on the DS I tried out. I just remember it being really rough. That game is not meant to be played on a DS. Heck, I found out I don't know who mentioned it a little while ago, but someone mentioned the Switch version, and I didn't even know there was a version of Real Mist on the Switch. Started streaming Mist blind on a whim, loved it so much, and loved getting to know other folks on Mist Twitch. So gonna do the whole series now. Ooh, yeah. Oh man, if you really like if you like Mist, I don't know if you've already started playing Riven. Actually, I think you mentioned that you were already playing Riven. Yeah, it's the lore, the story, like the world building is so good. The Switch version is good. Oh, I'm surprised. And it came out a few months ago, says Vax. Okay, interesting. Lore Addict? Nice. Oh, have you read the books then? I haven't read the books, but I hear it's what is it? It's called there's the Book of Atris. I forget what the other one's called. The Book of something, and then the Book of Dunny, I think, is the third one. I hear Book of Atris is really, really, really good. I hear the other two, Book of Tiana. Oh, thank you. I hear Book of Tiana is okay, and I hear Book of Dunny is is a little questionable in quality. Oh, you think you're a bit further than I am, but I may leave in a hurry if we approach spoilers. Yeah, you might actually. How far are you? Did you already get the linking book back? I might finish the game today, so you might have to bail on me. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but found all of them worth it. Oh, nice. Okay, I've been tempted to read them. I do like the world. The fact Riven is dying, unstable age, about to collapse is scary. Yeah, I like the idea that Gen is just really bad at writing worlds, and it's so cool how they like portray it. Like you come, as I'm like finding out right now. Even though I've played this game before, I think this is my first time reading Catherine's diary all the way through, or at least like it's been so long that I don't really remember. But she mentions that the fact that the islands are split up is part of the world falling apart. Like Riven was just one giant island, just like Mist and any of the other ages that you visit in like the previous games, or well, the only previous game being Mist. So like, and also when you first link to Riven, the little view square thingy is like all staticky and fucked up, and that's part of Gen's like writing habit. The world's just so corrupt and fucked up that you can't even see it. Riven is part of the Book of Atris. Ooh. Yeah, I've come to the point of it all. What does that mean? That room was messed up because of Atris and Catherine ripping open the void. No, I think no, it's specifically like mentioned that like every world that Gen writes falls apart. Like Gen is just really bad at writing ages. And every age he creates eventually dies. Riven being one of them, which is why Atris had to get both? Question both? Both what? It could be true. It could be that Gen by default just writes worlds that eventually fall apart, and them ripping open the starfish will cause the world to like fall apart even faster. Which I'm not gonna say anything. I did show off one of the endings because this game has like several different bad endings that you can do. Gen writes like cut and paste. Makes sense. It makes sense that yeah, it is both. Because opening the fissure does trigger a lot of things. Oh, you already triggered one of the bad endings? Which one? Cracking the glass? Oh, that's funny. That's the one I showed off in my last stream. I went straight there because in here you get the code to open it up. So you open the Fissure. Oh, you got the bad ending where you open the Fissure and Aether just shows up and like, hey, where's my dad and where's my wife? And you're like, I don't know. And then you both just die. It's fun. And his private age is also harsh and desolate and unstable. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Oh, by the way, I wasn't paying attention. I was flicking through the pages and I lost my place. Oops, did I screw up? Hold on, I need to get back to where I think I was. What else? No, yeah, I read up to here, right? Acquired the river before my arrival. Yeah, I think I was here. Yeah, this was the last thing I was reading. You're watching the new trailer? Oh, it's gonna give you chills if you're a fan of the original game. Yeah. Yeah, and it looks good. It looks way better than Real Mist, to be honest. The weird little like 3D model of Atris falling through the fissure in Real Mist is kind of, it looks like a fucking N64 game. But the one that they did in the new trailer looks really good. And the music, did you hear the remix of the themes? Oh, by the way, as the book is flipping around and you can see the pages, someone translated what it says because I think it's written in Dunny, and it's someone translated it and is literally a message from the creators of the game to anyone who um anyone who deciphered it. Literally like, hey, like thanks for taking the time to decipher it, you know, thanks for being fans, all that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, the Real Mist graphics, I'm the only reason I picked to play Real Mist is that I never played because they added an age. They added the age of Rhyme, and I just wanted to play that little extra bit of the game. And you know, just to play a game, just to play Mist in a different style, I guess. The Rhyme age, yeah. Oh man, surprised to meet so many fucking like Mist nerds in my stream all of a sudden. Pretty cool. I was. It's so funny that like I decided to stream Mist and Riven on a whim. Actually, I wasn't even planning on replaying Riven. I just wanted to play Mist, and I was not expecting to run into so many fans of the series. Heck, I was expecting to be like a stream where like nobody showed up. We are everywhere. Apparently, you are. Well, I hope you guys stick around because I do plan on finishing. I should get back into playing because I do want to finish this game today, and I do want to, which means I will be playing Exile next Sunday. So if you guys want to hit that follow and come back next Sunday so we could talk more Mist stuff next week, that'd be cool. Am I on the Cyan Discord? No, but I could check it out. All right. All right, I'm gonna get back into reading this journal. If you guys want to keep chatting amongst yourselves, I'm gonna be reading this out loud. Okay, so last thing she was talking about is the Starfish. Oh, thanks for the follow, Vax Jedi. You'll post their streams there. You'll get people. Cool. I'll check it out. And thanks for the follow. And thanks for showing up, everybody. All right, let's get back into some good old journal lore reading. All right. Having once allowed Atris to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with this. Oh, okay, I already read this. Right, is it just me or is Catherine's handwriting kind of shitty? Because I'm having a, or it could just be me because I have a hard time reading cursive. But there are some times where I can't tell what letter this lady wrote. No, it's just me? Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know I'm illiterate. To be honest, it wasn't that much of a secret, but... Okay. Talking about the viewport. Haven't been the biggest fan of her writing. Okay, so it's not just me. Thank you, DChris1389, for being on my side. Everyone else is just throwing me under the bus. Atris, yeah, definitely Atris's handwriting is way easier. Gen's writing? Well, I'm about to find Gen's journal. Probably going to be reading that as soon as I'm done reading all of this. I remember Gen's journal being not that hard to read. Also, this is a pretty long journal, which is probably why I don't remember reading it all the way through. I probably would just get the code and just fuck off and leave her journal behind. I would always read, I do like reading Atris's journal because it's really cute how there is a point where he starts talking about my character. Actually, now I remember where I was at. Yeah, here we go. The last thing I read was her reading the quote from the beginning of Myst. Gen's writing is he has 2 journals. Yeah, that's right. The work journal is the one I'm about to read next. And then once I get to where he's at, I'll be reading his personal journal. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I was trying to remember because I didn't clearly remember if there was an extra journal, because I remember there's the journal you read in the workshop, and I vaguely remember there being another journal you read when you get to his personal age that his hideout. Talks about Myst even where he gets freed by the stranger. Yeah, that part's really cool because you're reading through and you're like, oh my god, he's talking about me. And it's just cool. And like this part of the of Catherine's journal where she writes down I realized the moment I fell into the fissure, that whole quote. All right. Interestingly, the workshop and private office has the same ambient sound. Oh. I guess it's been a while since I've been to Gen's private hangout, so it's gonna be nice experiencing that again. Like I said, it's been like last time I played this, I was still in middle school, which was like almost 20 years ago, which makes me feel old. But yeah. Okay, so sorry, Myst fans are full of trivia. We love to share. Oh no, believe me, I love all this nerd talk. Like, I'm really glad you guys showed up because it's nice talking about this stuff with other people who have played it. Like I said, I was expecting to just be talking into the void and having nobody know what the hell this game was or what it's about, which is fine. I don't mind showing like weird shit like this to people that don't know what's going on. Yeah. All right. Back into the reading. Yes, I have been happy recipient of some random Myst raids, and I love paying it forward. Ah, cool. I'm gonna have to do the same then. Next time I stream, I guess. Or maybe when I'm done. I don't know. Actually, I could do that as soon as I'm done. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna keep reading here. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier. The unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during one escape from Riven. The very design that stands vertically at one end of the... Alright, what does it say here? Because I'm not too sure if it says Albatross. Like seriously, like some of these letters I just can't tell what they are. Then again, I've never been really good at reading cursive. One of the daggers has been adopted by the moiety as the symbol of their cause. It is a sacred symbol for them. Oh yeah, daggers. Yeah, I remember the daggers being like a really important thing. You can find them, they're kind of like hidden everywhere. But you find these like little daggers and like these giant like, I guess they're like sculptures of swords and blades and shit like hidden around the world. And that's supposed to be like a symbol of the moiety, which is the secret society opposing Gen. It is the representation of all of their doctrine and their representation of me. To deface this symbol is sacrilege. They have their own mythical explanation. regarding its son and origins. Haven't told him that I wrote it into the age, along with all the other daggers. Oh, what a coincidence. Wait. Ah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Catherine, I imagine either she already knew or Atris taught her how to write worlds. So I guess she also wrote stuff into the Age of Riven, which is what Atris has been doing for a while. Strange how much a young religion can be so unbending, right? Even to their own god, I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this passion against them. I'm sorry if like my reading sounds like if I sound like an illiterate fool. I'm really having a hard time reading cursive. I swear, I know how to read. I've read at least one book in my life. They are fearful of Gen's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolism or his symbolic use of the wark. Oh, that's right. It is. I thought the wark was like a kind of like a headcanon thing. The wark is an actual like canonical name for that creature. Oh, Vaxjed, did you post? Do those stars mean someone posted a link in my chat? I can't remember. I think I have it disabled. So if you were trying to post a link, I'm sorry. What were you trying to post? I should take that out because usually when people was posting a transcript of the journal, oh, that might have actually been helpful for me. Actually, you're right. I could probably just look that up instead of. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do it on my phone right now. I'm sorry if I can't see the chat. Yeah, I should get rid of that because whenever people like try to post links in my chat, it automatically gets disabled. And most of the time, it's people just trying to like show me something cool, and then I never get to see it. Why is my phone taking so long for this? I don't know why I didn't just think of that myself. Alright, Catherine's Riven Journal. Here we go. Cool, found it. I'm assuming this is like a similar. It'd be funny if this is just whatever you were linking me to. Let's see. Let's find the spot I'm at. What was the last thing I read? Talking about daggers. Shoot, how far am I? Man, this really is a long journal. Okay. They have their own mythical explanation regarding the sun and origins. I have told them that I wrote it into this age along with all the other daggers. Cool. So now we're on this page. Okay. Strange how such a young religion can be so unbending, even to their own god. I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this paranoia against them. See, how am I supposed to know that says paranoia? I can barely tell that says paranoia. Okay, now I kind of see it. P-A-R. Alright, I'm just stupid. Okay, paranoia against them. They are fearful against symbol and are terrorized by the symbolic use of the wark. I remember as a kid thinking that Wark was just like a dumb nickname for that weird like that thing with the tusks. But no, that's a canonical name for that creature. That's kind of cool. But they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps my attempts have even caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. Oh. My rare encounters with those who say they follow Gen have been discouraging. I have hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. Actually, I'm going to flip the pages just so I can actually... So it actually looks like I'm actually reading this. But I've heard news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gen. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of their failure. In the village circles, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gen to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered onto a new and better existence. I will continue to try to reach them. Oh, so Gen is basically doing the whole, like, follow me and I'll save you, even though I'm the reason your world is dying. Okay, the door is open. Gen is free. Wait, what? Gen has the ability to create working books. In fact, he has written one age before I arrive, but has kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure, perhaps he has written others a few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding. One of them managed to steal what appeared to be a test book that Gen had intended to destroy. It had been partially written, but did not work. They didn't tell me about it until now because they thought it was useless. Back then, none of Gen's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem at its source, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven Forest, and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes, to heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences of this crude solution, however, was that domes demanded huge amounts of energy, and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. It's kind of crazy that you basically have to read this journal to understand why the world looks like this. Is explaining like why the islands are like the world is split into 5 different islands. It explains the daggers everywhere. Like, it's so much cool world building. Like, if you don't read the journal, it's kind of like, oh, this is a cool, neat little world. You know, the weird little domes with the books hidden inside of them. But this kind of explains, like, yeah, the domes are, because of Gen's incompetence in writing ages, he has to go through these like weird technological like roundabout ways to make the books work. It's all like really like, man, could you imagine like how much time these guys had to like put together to basically like just explain how this world works? I always find it fascinating when people come up with these like fantasy worlds and they are able to explain the world with like almost like in a scientific way. Like, I know this is all like fantastical, like magical bullshit, like, you know, books that you can put your hands on and teleport you into other worlds. But the way it's explained is in a way where it's like it's almost believable that these worlds could exist, and I love that kind of shit. I love that kind of like storytelling.
Hey, Quapple Records is here. Hey.
Oh hey, I'm sorry if I'm not addressing the chat. It's just like I have my chat on my phone, and I'm using my phone to look at a much better writing of this journal. I'll really like Abduction. Hey Quapple. By the way, yeah, hi Quapple. Sorry I didn't say hi to you when you jumped in. It's really full of that storytelling. Ooh, you're getting me excited. Yeah, Quapple was actually the first person to tell me that Abduction was really good. But yeah, I'm excited to finish this game. I'm gonna play Exile afterwards, and then I'll most likely play Abduction after that, and that'll probably be my agenda for at least my Sunday streams. Hi, one of us. Oh yeah, all the Mist nerds are here. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my other window on my phone so I can finish reading this journal. Okay. However, for some reason or another, belligerent pride, He has made modifications to the dome which make it obvious that he's using the dome to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. Can't believe that we would blindly swallow this suicidal bait. But he wouldn't know we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. There is a possibility of, and that's been crossed out. Yeah, there it is, on that page. Okay, so this is going to explain that world I was just at. I've read Burnt Book. Age it describes would be unsuitable as a new home for the Moiety, but be modified. I will dream. Have requested a group to solve combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the Burnt Book. I do not think Gen will interfere. He will leave the bait. Have begun writing the Moiety's age. Now must acquire a second book from Gen. There is tension. A strain blurs my vision and nightmares. Nella and Etty stay close. Oh, and there's like a little drawing of the Fisher and the giant dagger. Much has happened. Almost everything is prepared. We have stolen another book, but I'm concerned Gen will miss it. We also have discovered the combination for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. By powering our burnt book with Gen's domes, we will be able to link to his age, but we will only have access to the domes for a short period of time before we are discovered. Therefore, we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gen's books and our burnt book all seem to share the same sickness. If they are not powered, the images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only... And then she kind of goes off there. Where am I? Oh yeah, and then she describes there's like these specific materials that you can use on the books to make them work, even though they're all messed up. So much attention to detail that really makes these games like come to life. All is ready now. All we can do is wait for word from the Moietyr-esque, who are on the lookout for Gen to power and use the domes, which I've already done. I already powered up the domes, so I just need the combination. When he does that, he will have access to one of Gen's domes just long enough. After linking to the age which I've written, I only have to locate the book window substance and refine or adapt it. Laying this window over the gateway image should heal the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gen's clumsy domes. Where else? I laugh at these plans. I sound like Atris. I'm risking my life, but I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares. The fissure, like a great wound, it opened. Stains the riven soil with blood. I hold the Moiety knife. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the Moiety have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy, but they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like it's all still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the Moiety to this new age. It is beautiful, and I am pleased. At least my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky, unafraid, and dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. I have named it Tay. Ah, okay. So the world with the giant, like, honeycomb tree-looking place, that's called Tay. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book which links here from Riven. But I do not know how to bring this up to the Moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying their only link to Riven. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection, but for their sake, it must be done. I am anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gen's suspicions. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel that now we are impregnable. Tomorrow I will return to Riven to see Gen's reaction for myself, but tonight I finally rest. Whoops, did I freeze? Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, cool. So I finished the journal and then the transcript mentions the note. There we go. And we're back. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Hello. I don't know what you guys have been saying since I've been reading. Okay, I have chat in front of me again, so chat away, people. But yeah, it's so cool the way everything makes sense in the context of the world itself. Also, has anyone ever, I know someone has anyone ever like translated, because that's clearly that's Dunny, right? Is that what those letters are? There's clearly letters around the dome. And I know someone's translated, so I'm curious as to what someone has said about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that humming sound is the domes working. You never seen the letters? Yeah. I think here you can get like yeah, you can get a better look at it right here. See, that's clearly like, I know in the little school in the jungle area in that island, there's a little school that has the alphabet out, and you could translate it, but I'm lazy and I'm stupid. So I've never been able to translate it myself, but I know other people have. Like, it's already like hard enough for me to translate the Dunny numbers. Although I like the cleverness that the numbers are basically just a set of 1 through 5, and then it's just 1 through 5 oriented in different ways to make the rest of the numbers. Also, I'm curious as to whether or not they also plan on remaking this game, although this game still holds up. Like, it looks really good, considering that this game is almost 20 years old. Alright, so here we go. But yeah, I should be able to read this one. This one doesn't look that hard to read. Also, this one actually has dates too, which, yeah, it's a base 5 system. Yeah, it's funny because like in here, you get this code, right? Now there's that. The code to open up the golden domes. But in the school, you're only able to learn 1 through 10. So you have to like put together that how 10 onwards work. Because I think, if I remember, this is 2, this is 5. This should be 9. Now this one's a little bit confusing because this is basically 2 on its side plus 3. And I think that means 13? And then this looks like the number 4 turned on its side. So this must be 15, I think. No. 20? Heard they are working on making a new version of this. Really? Oh, by the way, Quapple, I think last time we were chatting, you were telling me that they were working on a secret project, and I think have you heard what their secret project was? It's a remake of Myst. I think that's what you were trying to tell me last time. And it's going to be Myst with VR support. I already have it on my wish list on Steam, so yeah, I wouldn't mind them just remaking the entire series. Like that would be totally worth it. Well, anyways, let's go. Actually, I do need to figure out. Yeah, I had to be coached through figuring out this code. Yeah. Oh no. The first time I played through all these games, I had to do with a walkthrough. I could not figure this shit out on my own. But then again, the first time I played these games, I was like 11, 12-ish. So, you know, still learning how to wipe my own ass. So, learning how to decode a fictional language was way out of my realm of skills. I was talking about the new game Firmament. Oh, okay. So, okay, you were talking about Firmament. Yeah, I checked that out too. Firmament looks really cool. I plan on playing all that shit. Like, I definitely want to play Abduction. I want to play Firmament when they ever do it. I probably gonna replay Myst when that remake comes out. When you realize that the number 5 is just 1 on its side, it starts to make sense. Yeah, yeah, immediately, like, and especially since 10 is literally just 2 on its side. So then it just becomes like, oh, okay, so then 15 should be 3 on its side, and then 20 will be 4 on its side, and then every 5 is literally... But then it kind of makes you wonder, like, what happens once you get to 30? Right? Can't be 5 on its side, because 5 on its side is just 1. Your name will be in the firmament credits because you contributed to Kickstarter. Ooh, that's awesome. Are they still doing the Kickstarter, or is that already, like, they're just making the game now and the Kickstarter's kind of done? Then you need new characters to get 30. Yeah. Although, at some point, like, I think it's around here, you see there's a double digit, which I assume this is 98th? Well, that's a 9 and that's an 8. So I don't know what it means when the two numbers are, like, put together like that. Because that's an RD, so that's not 98th. But my brain is too mushy to understand. It already took me like a while to figure out how to get through 1 through 10. Kickstarter is funded, but I don't know if they're still accepting. Let me call it the 90erd. I like that. 9erd. Accepting. Oh, okay. Right. Time for some more reading. Actually, I want to see... So the date here is 82/2/13. Atris's journal last entry is 87/7/16. Right, around here, which is where he met me. 87/7/13. By the way, does anyone know, like, the canonical... Like, is it what I'm assuming where this is year, month, and day? So this is July 13th of 87. Funny enough, that's very close to my birthday. Well, just after my birthday, technically. So 87, this is 82. So this is way before Atris's journal. Alright, let's see how hard it is for me to read this guy's cursive. The latest link formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising books, I obtain only the barest glimmer of a connection. It is frustrating to expend so much effort creating a blank book, only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulation of the inks and papers, the physical dimensions of the books, the more I realize that the list of potential combinations is nearly infinite. So yeah, so it's just Catherine's handwriting. Because I'm able to read Gen's handwriting, and his handwriting is also in cursive, so I think just Catherine has really bad handwriting. How am I liking the game so far? Oh, I fucking love this game. I've also played this game before, so this isn't like a blind playthrough, but I will be playing Myst 3 Exile, and that will definitely be a blind playthrough, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about that game, because I've never played before. I watched a playthrough once, like a few years ago, and all I remember is the beginning where the guy steals the book, and I don't remember anything else beyond that. So it's going to be fun playing that game completely blind. But yeah, this game, I've played it hundreds of times. And I'm still willing to play it again if they remake this game. Because I fucking love Riven, and I love Myst. I'm actually, like, for sure, when Myst, the remake of Myst comes out, I'm getting it. Alright, where was I? Nearly infinite. It is during moments like this that I despair. Without access to Dunny, my long-term goals may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain to be explored. right? I am discontinuing regular observations of the star beneath the fissure, although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formation that migrate through the star field and have proven that their paths are cyclical. Without proper instrumentation, it is pointless to continue. My general theory concerning the matter of the fissure has nature. There we go. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Okay. Concerning the nature of the fissure has remained unaltered since it first appeared. It seems that the fabric of this age has been breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete but overlapping spaces, much like a link. But the apparent physical contradictions surrounding this juncture defy logical reason. Ooh, you were streaming Myst? Nice. What about Abduction? Yeah, I plan on playing Abduction. So far, my agenda is going to be, as soon as I'm done with this, which hopefully I should finish it today. I plan on finishing this today. I shouldn't be too far from the end. Next Sunday, I should be streaming Exile. And then once I'm done with Exile, depending on how I feel about it, I might play 4 and 5 and just play the entire Myst series. But if I'm kind of like lukewarm about how I feel about Exile, I'll just play Abduction instead. Because as far as I've been told, I hear Exile's really good, but I hear 4 and 5 are not as good. It's just kind of like, you know, you got Myst, you got Riven, and then you kind of go down in quality. Not by much. But yeah, Exile and Abduction are like for sure games that I want to play, and I do plan on streaming them because, you know, it'd be fun to hang out with you guys and talk about all that shit, and you guys can like nerd out as I desperately try to figure out how to beat the game on my own, because those two games I've definitely never played before. You've watched a few streams of 4 and 5 and hated it? Oof. That says a lot. I feel like you and I are probably like on the same wavelength as how we like feel about these games. And every other review I've seen, 3 looks okay. It looks like a game that I probably would enjoy, but I probably won't love as much as I love 1 and, like, you know, Myst and Riven. And everything I've seen from 4 and 5 have been very, like, 5 looks, eesh. And a lot of people agree that 5 is very rough. It's like a bad Star Wars prequel. Or the sequels. Eesh. Yeah, I did watch episode 7, and after hearing about how bad 8 and 9 were handled, I'm like, nah, I guess I'll just hold on to my memories of the original trilogy and just leave it at that. Which is why I don't want to, like, if 4 and 5 are really that bad, I'd rather just be like, I have fond memories of 1 and 2, so I'll just, you know. And 2 ends on such a good note that I'm like, I would rather just think of the ending of Riven be like the canonical ending, and then 3, 4, and 5 are just kind of like whatever. They're kind of just like fan fiction. But yeah, no, for sure, after our last conversation... Oh, what's up? Thanks for following Chillamags. Chillamags? I might be pronouncing it wrong. But thanks for following, dude. But yeah, for sure, come back so we could keep nerding out about the Myst games, because I plan on playing more of them. You got it. I go by Mags. Oh, okay. All right, I'll call you Mags then. Gonna head out. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you want to avoid like whatever spoilers are coming up, because I'm probably gonna finish this game today. But yeah, hopefully next Sunday I'll see you all and play Exile, and you can help me beat it, because I'm going to struggle. The only reason I'm beating this game as quickly as I am is because I still more or less remember what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, see you next time. Alright. Alright, I lost my train of thought, so I'm just gonna go back to reading. Now where was I? I was discontinuing regular observation of the fissure. Okay, so he's talking about the fissure and how it works like a link. Logical reason, yeah. The great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space, yet my early experimentations revealed the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that it might be safe to travel, but without knowing its true nature, I cannot take the risk myself. It is also difficult to say what would happen if I were to reopen it after so long, but it is likely that the results would be catastrophic given the changes that have occurred in this age since that time. Ooh. If a game is made by the same people who made Myst, it has to be good. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's why when I first heard about Abduction, I was like, holy shit, the guys who made Myst, like, I thought they were kind of like, they were out of commission, because after Riven, the next sequels weren't really advertised that well, or at least not enough for me to have, like I didn't even know Myst 4 and 5 were made until, like, way later. That explains why the fissure is more fatal to open. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna see that when I reopen the fissure. Yeah, it's already, like, it's a combination of, like, the world already being very unstable, and we're basically ripping basically a hole in space-time. That's basically what's happening when you open the fissures. Also, I'm done with my coffee. Throw it that way. Speaking of ripping holes in space-time, drinking cold brew is not a fun time. He was talking about risking himself. It also is difficult to say what would happen if the catastrophic, given the changes that occurred to this age since that time. Maintenance on the steam vents, caps, completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of this system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Dunny designs of my memory, another example of the superiority of the Dunny technology. It's ironic that Atris and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. Oh, so he's harnessing, like, steam energy that's coming through the fissure when it was opened. Right. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I've recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Atris wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly, by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here quite effectively. But I do not believe that Atris intended the book to be lost in this manner. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of it falling into unknown hands. Someone like myself. Also, had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they would surely have thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet, the fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable for her homeworld. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this is most certainly what would have happened, for the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the vortex without my urging. I hold on to the belief that it was an unintentional consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to be merely a prison for me, rather than a death sentence. The construction of the images has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I've been able to adapt the Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. I'm guessing another civilization. In some ways, the similarities between the two cultures was striking. I wonder if perhaps there had been communication or commerce between the two cultures in earlier times. Maybe Keta's people were even descendants of the Dunny. It pleases me to think so. Ooh, Keta. If I remember correctly, I think Keta is supposed to be Gen's wife. Some sort of backlore behind that. And this is one of those like weird little like hologram projectors. It's possible that if I were somehow able to supply the books with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I would suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. It is doubtful that the geothermal cap generators could provide such an enormous surge. Perhaps I could adapt the fire marbles. Right. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years now, yet still I continue to find evidence of the Dunny's preoccupation with 5. Who would marry Gen? I don't know. Some other sociopath? Who knows, maybe Gen wasn't evil always, but then again, I think the lore is that Gen was always just an asshole. But hey, all kinds of evil fictional characters end up with wives at some point or another, so who knows? Maybe Keta was a evil person as well. Whoops. Sorry about that. Some ladies like bad guys. Ooh, gross. Who knows? Yeah, she was like, maybe she just wanted to bang God. She's like, hey, you know, this is as close to religion as I can get. Anyways, think about it. Like the guy is a deity here. So, well, he probably met this lady way before he ended up on Riven. He was probably just nice to her. Yeah, it makes sense. Thought I was having an earthquake. Nah. Luckily, where I live, there's no earthquakes, because living through an earthquake sounds terrifying. Chicks love the bad boys. Yeah, who knows? Maybe she just genuinely fell in love with this guy who is an evil, godlike being. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years. Yeah, Dunny preoccupation with the number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that the number 5 had a special significance to the Dunny society. Oh, so the obsession with 5 is a Dunny thing, not Riven. From the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ambiguous. Right? Is that what it says? Ubiquitous. Okay. Its presence here is obviously a direct reflection of the minds that designed the texts that I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely building links to pre-existing worlds. Ubiquitous. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I'm just stupid. Ubiquitous. Oh, so that's a Q. Okay, I keep thinking that's a G and keep screwing me up. Thank you. By all means, correct my horrible grammar. Not stupid Gen's writing sucks. Well, as seen by the fact that every world he writes just falls apart and dies. Makes sense that his handwriting. I'm surprised his handwriting isn't like a lot sloppier. There are no earthquakes where I live, but when I was in Oregon, they had a museum with an earthquake simulator, and even that was terrifying. Yeesh. Yeah, I've seen like videos of people going through like being in their apartments and shit like that during earthquakes, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time. While most of my constructions have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones that I have imbued with the power of 5 are clearly the most beautiful, the most perfect, and I believe the most structurally sound. I am still attempting to determine how the Dunny color symbology reflects this superior design principle. Although superficially it is based on a 6-color system, I'm convinced that there has to be a deeper connection to 5. I will continue to investigate. And then the little eyeballs. I have finally made a breakthrough. I have succeeded in modifying the fire marbles to generate enough power to hold a descriptive linking book in a stable matrix. I have linked to a new world. It is a harsh and desolate age, but is nonetheless well suited for my purposes, and so I have designated it my... Doesn't just shake it violently, movies in random ways. Oh yeah? Moves. Okay. It violently moves. That sounds worse than just shaking. But yeah. Anyways, who knows what this number is? Because this is clearly a 9 and this is an 8, right? So 90... What does it mean something specifically when the numbers are like adjacent to each other like that, or is that something else? And there's an RD, so like it's something third, right? It's in base 25. It's a very huge number. Damn, really? 9 and 8 right next to each other. 233rd. Wait, why is it 233rd? Is it when the numbers are next to each other? Are they like no? Even if you multiply 9 and 8, that wouldn't make sense. 233rd age. Okay. Thought the first one was 6. They are digits. Really? How does that work? My brain's too small to figure this out. No, I'm pretty sure this is 9. Because this is the symbol for 4, and then the symbol for 5, making that a 9. Then this is the little K is 3, and then the line through it is 5 again. Like, not base 10, base 25. First number on the right is 1s. Really curious. The one on the left is 25ths. So 9 25s. Ah, so 9 times 25. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting. I see. So when the numbers are next to each other, it's like times 25. So if there was like a third number, that'd be like another times 25. You're blowing my mind with this like this dunny math. It's so crazy. It's like 10, 0, 1, and 110. Ah. I never really thought of numbers that way. Ah, so it's 9 10s and an 8 place. Yeah, because I'm not much of a mathematician, because like I've never, like, when people like, oh, like it's a number based around, like it's a base of whatever number, I'm like, I don't know what that means, but as long as I get the answers I need. So 98 equals 9 times 8 plus 1. And Dunny is 9 times 25 plus 8. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. So you add that up in his 233rd age. Holy shit. So he has made 233 ages that have all fallen apart and died. So that's 233 civilizations that have been basically thrown into the void of death. 98 is 73. What? 98 equals 9 times 10 plus 8 in decimal. Yeah, it's 9 10s plus 8. So in Riven and Dunny, it's 9 25s plus 8. That makes a lot of sense. I have to do the math, but I can't right now. Okay, well, probably typed it wrong the first time. Yeah, math is a confusing thing. But yeah, I see where you're getting at. And it makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, I always just wondered because like clearly the RD means like it's a third age. But this looks like an 8 and this looks like a 9, so it's 925 plus 8. Okay. So that's implying that there's 232 ages that Gen has created and left to die, which who knows how many of those actually had like civilizations living in them. Remember a YouTube playthrough where a guy did the math here. Ooh. Yeah, the only thing I was good at, like math-wise, was geometry, like just basic geometry. I remember like higher level algebra was already like, okay, like I'm starting to get lost here. Love to see all the screwed up ages. Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy. I'm sure that's like what they were trying to go through with Uru. Because Uru is like the MMO thing that they created where you can just go to a bunch of different ages. 230 sequels to Myst. Can you imagine? Like you can just like visit all of them? I'm sure like in the novels and probably some of the other games they mention some of the worlds that you can go to. Uru is stable ages. Ah, okay. Okay, so none of Gen's ages. Those are all ages written by like more competent age writers. If I could, I would have no doubt. Oh yeah, that'd be fucking cool. Yeah, but man, could you imagine like the people of Cyan having to create like 230 different ages for you to explore? I used to have one of the novels, but that was a long time ago. When Uru began, they were planning one a month. Yeah, yeah. I was watching in the little like mini documentary I watched. It was kind of sad how Uru kind of like just kind of died. There wasn't like enough people to really make the game be as big as they wanted it to be. Pretty sure like those servers are like dead right now. All right. Let's see if I can finish this journal entry. Not a long journal. Actually, it's kind of long, but she'll let me finish the game. No, it's okay, man. Like, by all means. I love talking about this nerd shit. The servers are still up, so people can still play Uru? Really? Oh, that's fucking crazy. Oh, maybe I'll check it out someday, just to experience it, just to see what the fuck it's like to play a Myst styled, like an MMO styled Myst game. Nice. Ooh, supported by donation. Yeah, you know, fan fan funded, makes sense. Oh, sorry about the. Just so you know, links are disabled. I really need to get rid of that. Alright, I'm going to continue reading. By studying it closely, I believe I will eventually be able to create a more appropriate age for us to resettle on. For now, I will build an office and set up my living quarters there, in order that I may conduct my experiments in safety and without distraction. Yeah, I imagine they would make some of the puzzles like co-op based, because what's the point of playing an MMO game if you're not gonna, work with other people together? hmm I must admit that I am proud of my work. To think that in such primitive conditions I have accomplished in 29 years what it took the original Dunny centuries to achieve. Note: repair outerwear for work on this world. The goggles may need to be redesigned altogether. I have begun construction on a series of link sites for each island that will connect Riven with my new office on the 233rd. The Survey Guild has finally completed the site location for each island. according to my exact specifications, and installations of domes is underway at last. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start, I'm afraid. But the pace has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. I'm looking forward to finally having a civilized mode of transportation. And this basically kind of like hints to like how you're supposed to figure this shit out. Oh, here we go. I need to write that down. Where's there a pencil? Someone hand me a pencil?
We'll check the second drawer.
Pencil. Write that code down. Where should I even write it? Yeah, there's enough space here. Okay, if I have this correct, that should be a 2. And it's 5 numbers, of course. So that looks like a 2, 5, a 9. I think that's 13. And then the last one is 20. Yeah, the first 3 numbers are definitely 1 through 10, but then the last 2 numbers are well past 10. But yeah. But yeah, like it's such a cool system. So like this is the number 2, right? And then this is the number 5, and then 6 is basically just 5, and then 1 is a straight line down. And 5 is essentially just 1 turned 90 degrees, so 10 is 2 turned 90 degrees, so that little arc is by itself would have been the number 10, but then you have the number 3 imposed on top of it, so it's 10 and 3, making it 13. And then 15 is the number 4, which would have been like this turned 90 degrees, but then they turned it 90 degrees. And then I assume 21 would be this with like a little line here. And then 25 would probably be this little letter K, the number 3 turned 90 degrees. Right? No. I might be wrong about that. I'm starting to mix up my own. 25 is 1, then 0. Wait, does Dunny even have a number 0? There's no number 0. Wait, I'm starting like my brain is starting to like fry itself a little bit. This is not 20 then. No. Yeah, 15 would be this number on its side, and then 20 is this, because that's 4. Every 5 you take 1 through 4 and then turn it 90 degrees. There is, you don't see it here though. Really? What the hell is the symbol for 0 then? I have the numbers there, right? Okay. So 2, 5, 9, 13, 20. What does X represent? What X? Zero is a square with a dot in the middle. Oh shit. I imagine that's something that shows up in probably in one of the books or something. Because I don't think the number 0 shows up anywhere in this game. You seen X in this game? No, there's no X. No, you're probably thinking of number 6, which is like a cross, right? It's like straight line down this way and then this line. Because I don't think there's a Dunny number with an X on it. Seen in Gen's bedroom. Oh. Well, I guess we'll eventually get there. So once we get there, we'll talk about that. Because right now I have no idea what you're talking about. It's been a while since I've been in Gen's room. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool thing that they did with this. Like every time you replay the game, this number is different, so you can't just. Also, the number in Catherine's. This number also. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? That number. This number is also different every time you replay the game. So that way you can't just like memorize the number and then just beat the game right from the beginning. It's not like Myst where you could just remember the little pattern in the fireplace. It's boxed with an X and it does mean 25, but it's only used for 25 itself, not other numbers. Oh, I see. Ah, so it's special for 20. Well, considering that the Dunny are obsessed with the number 5, and then 5 is 5 times, is basically 5 squared, it makes sense that they will have a special symbol for that for 25. It stops a lot of speedrunning. Yeah. This is, like, I can't imagine, like, why would you speedrun Myst? Myst is such a, like, Myst and River is such a weird game to try to speedrun. New Myst will have some puzzles randomized? Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds exciting. I'm down for that. Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be so cool. Like, have it randomized so that, like, each time you replay the game, you have to figure out the puzzle on its own. But then again, if you know how to solve the puzzles, it's not so much figuring out the answer to the puzzle, it's like figuring out how to find the clues for the answers of the puzzles. Yeah, like random like patterns for the fireplace. Yeah, that would have been cool because then you have to actually play the game all the way through for the brothers to tell you which page to turn to. But damn, did they like? But how does that work? Because they had to like record Cirrus and Achenar saying what page to turn to. Shit, are they gonna redo that? Can you imagine seeing like Rand and Robin replaying their roles of Cirrus and Achenar and Atris? I think they're trying to turn puzzle games into an action game. It's just speedrunners. Speedrunners just like breaking the games. It's more of a like speedrunners are an interesting bunch because they try to find the weirdest ways to like essentially just break a game apart. guildofactivists.org/wiki/Dunny numbers for more number info. Number 158 is so important to the Myst created, but they also use that number in Abduction. And 158 is probably like some sort of like in joke for the creators. Usually when there's like a weird random number that shows up again and again, it's usually like some sort of like inside joke from the creators. I know there's like a few other games that do stuff like that. Alright. Nice. Grandparents live in the house number 158. Who knows? Maybe 158 is like, I don't know, a reference to someone's birthday or some shit like that. Alright. Here we go. This is when the journal starts getting interesting, I guess. Caught one of my assistants looking over this journal today. I'm glad I've chosen to write it in a language they cannot decipher. Discuss security with each guild master. No problems expected from the maintenance, educations, and surveyors. Question the bookmakers and builders more closely. Actually, I think we're getting pretty close to when Atris's journal was written. Yeah, Atris's journal was written in year 87. This is year 86. Today I heard several more reports of spirit sightings by some of the villagers. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or the Black Moiety, as the villagers obstinately insist on referring to them. Probably read that wrong, but yeah, whatever. Have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics and have renewed their campaign to intimidate the villagers into joining them, playing upon their shared superstitions. The villagers are certainly susceptible to this form of coercion, especially given of the late rebels' increasing acts of vandalism and theft. They were kind of dunny. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna leave you guys on this page. I'm gonna take a, actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit you guys with the BRB screen. I'm gonna get some water because my throat is getting really dry from reading all this stuff out loud. Hi. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. I'll be right back really quick. Okay, I'm back. This is one big long book. Yeah. The biggest, longest book. book isn't this book. This book is nowhere near as long as Catherine's book. Catherine's journal is fucking long compared to this. And Atris is like, you could read Atris's book in like a few minutes. But now, where was I? Actually, yeah, I was just starting to read this. Okay. Ooh, year 8, actually, let's see. Alright, we've got 87, and then oh, we're getting pretty close to when Atris's journal is being written. Alright, the Y-tram traps, right? Is that a letter Y? The Y-tram traps have been steadily fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are experiencing a similarly generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Okay, so I guess Y-tram, or it's like some creature. Hi, Juno. Okay. My cat clearly wants my attention. What? You want to jump up here? Yeah, let's go. Come on. Yeah, key. Real quick, everyone. Say hello to my cat. She's a kitty cat. Y-tram, it's the frog. Oh, the frogs are called Y-trams. That's cute. Ah, so that's how they make the poison for the darts. Interesting. Alright, so we got the Y-tram traps. So he's basically happy that he's been catch. Oh yeah, there's like a little trap thingy in the hallway like a little while ago. It's a kitty, yeah, that's my cat. She's a bit of a jerk. She loves annoying the shit out of me while I'm streaming. She gets really obsessed with attacking me in the middle of streams. It's like clockwork. She could be calm the entire fucking day. I could be trying to play with her. She'll ignore me. But as soon as I sit in this chair and start streaming, she becomes obsessed with attacking me. Sometimes when I stream other games, like my console games, because I'm also I stream on other days where I stream like Devil May Cry and shit like that. Which if you guys are Devil May Cry fans, or also if you're fans of the anime Fist of the North Star, I'm also going to be playing a game called Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. It's basically, it's styled like the Yakuza games, but in the Fist of the North Star universe. And I'm also playing through the entire Devil May Cry series on Dante Must Die mode for fun. But yeah, since... Oh yeah, if you're curious about it, come back on Tuesday, because that's when I'm gonna start streaming it. I've played like the first couple of hours of it, and it's pretty fucking goofy, and it's amazing. So if you like Fist of the North Star, come back on Tuesday, and I'll show you guys that shit. What's up? Oh yeah, I showed everyone the cat.
Oh.
Also, if I start talking to someone like off screen, that's my girlfriend who's in the background. I can see her hand waving. But yeah, I'm telling them about how I showed them the cat. She jumped on my lap and she said hi to everybody, and now she's taking your seat. But yeah, actually, there's a whole bunch of Fist of the North Star games. The most recent one is one that came out on the PS4 like a few years ago, and it got no marketing, no nothing. Like, it's one of those games that you have to have walked into a GameStop and seen it on the wall, otherwise you would just not know that it exists. And it was so cheap that I'm like, hey, why the fuck not? This looks like fun. And it pretty much is. It's a lot of fun. So, but I only played like the very beginning of it just to like get an idea of what the game is like, and it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. So I want to stream it. Yeah, alright. Back to reading books. Where was I? He's talking about the subterranean systems, catching frogs in his little traps. We saw one of those traps ourselves earlier. Okay. The darts of the season. Such morbid issues aside, the sudden availability has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, one that is smoother than any of the others from recent years. Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. Its composition contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears they have access to a resource of which I am unaware, perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. And then here's one of the moiety daggers. No, most of the knives have been found on the south side of the village. This is the same area in which there have been reports of people mysteriously disappearing. I think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. Just wondering, do you prefer getting games from Steam or a place like GameStop? I hate to say the phrase old school, because it's such a cliche to say that, but like, I am definitely one of those people that like, I like having a physical copy of a game. So I have like, I have my Switch, I have my PS4, I still have a bunch of like GameCube games that I've kept. I wish I would have kept my N64 games. And I really wish I would have kept my, because I've had gaming consoles since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Because I had the Atari 2600 when I was a small child with like a giant box full of games, which I don't know what the fuck happened to that. That probably got thrown away. And then of course I had my Sega Genesis with a fucking collection of games. I had my N64, my GameCube. It wasn't until GameCube where I started like actually keeping games, or at least games that meant a lot to me. So like I have a few GameCube games that I held on to. The Atari 2600, that shit was sick. The fucking video game console with wood paneling on the side. It was fucking beautiful. They're still making independent games for the Atari 2600. Really? Really? The fuck? What the fuck are they making for that? That's ridiculous. I know Atari still exists as a company, but I thought they were just like a publisher. I didn't know they still made like actual physical games. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, ever since, so yeah, GameCube was like when I started actually like keeping games. I wish I would have kept my GameCube, but I still have my Wii. I still have like a collection of Wii games. I still have my Wii U with a collection of games. I have a special Legend of Zelda edition 3DS. And then of course my PS4 and my Switch. So yeah, I'm definitely a console pleb. This is actually like one of my first times being joining the PC Master Race. Oh, Atari doesn't make the games. Independent developers still make games for that. Okay, that makes more sense. Because it's just like independent people making games for the 2600. That's still weird, but it makes more sense that it's just like kind of a niche group of people that are just still making physical games for the Atari. That's pretty cool though. I used to like consoles into the Xbox 360, kept giving me the red ring of death. Oh, that's right, my Xbox 360. Yeah, I still have my 360, but I did get the red ring of death, and I got it refurbished or whatever the fuck they do when you have to like send it back to them. And it worked fine. The only thing is that the CD tray doesn't open up anymore. So I can't take out or put in any games. Luckily, there wasn't any game inside of it, so all my Xbox games I still have them with me, so I could still play Xbox games. I just need a working Xbox. Funny enough, I really want to replay this one RPG that I bought for the Xbox 360 that I feel like some people would like to see. I don't know if anyone ever played a game called Resonance of Fate. It was a game made by Tri-Ace and Sega. And I feel like nobody really, like, that was another game that didn't get marketed very well, and not a lot of people know that it existed, but it is a fucking cool game. I think in other countries it's called not called Resonance of Fate, called End of Eternity. Whoops. Sorry, another earthquake. Big fan of Halo 2. I never really got into the Halo games. I remember playing like the first Halo at a friend's house, and I only ever played the multiplayer stuff. And I think we played Halo 2 once. But I never owned a Halo game myself. But I know everyone's like super hyped for the new one. I think on the Xbox, the only games I had, I can't remember what games I played on the Xbox. I remember playing through the Assassin's Creed games. I played 1 and 2. Had Resonance of Fate, which was really cool. Bayonetta, when it first came out, the first Bayonetta. I remember, I had that fucking game for like, I remember fucking, what was another one? I'm trying to remember the name of the game. It was a weird game that I had. A bunch of Suda51 games. I don't know if you guys know who Suda51 is. But like Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop Chainsaw, that kind of weird shit. What was it called? The Darkness. That was another fucking cool Xbox game of that generation. Alright, let me finish reading this. Closer inspection warranted. Okay. The fact that they leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence concerns me. They're growing more bold and seem to no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Oh, a couple days before my birthday. Oh shit, this is literally like right before my birthday. If I'm reading the dates here, if this is like a year, month, day kind of thing. Alright. The latest measurements indicate that the recent trend has continued. The movement of the islands has slowed tremendously. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures I am uncertain. I've nearly finished writing the... So I guess this would be... If this is 233rd, this would be 234th. Yeah, I was born in 87. I think we talked about this last time. You told me you were born in... what was it, the 60s? You said? Or was it the 50s? I remember you told me you were much older than I am. But you're not that much older than I am. Yeah, 64. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we were talking about how you were there, like, and you saw the Berlin Wall go down and all that shit. Yeah, you were old enough to have witnessed the moon landing. And I remember that was like the first thing I brought up, and you told me that you were too young to remember it, but you remember when the Berlin Wall went down. Which when was it that the Berlin Wall went down? I'm trying to remember. It was in the 80s, wasn't it?
89.
89. So yeah, I would have been a toddler when that happened. So I would not remember that. Have great memory? Yeah. Well, it was an interesting conversation, so of course I remember. It's not every day that while playing a game from my childhood, I get to talk to someone who was alive when the moon landing happened. You were in high school in '89. Ooh. November 9th, 1989, yeah. Oh, damn, you were in high school in '89? So, yeah, another person who's a bit older than I am. In '89, I was still shitting my diapers. I think I was just learning how to walk. Funny enough, actually, you're probably as old as my brother. Because my brother was born in, like, the 70s. And he would have been in high school around the time I was born. Because he's like, yeah, yeah, he would have been in high school. So you're probably like my brother's age. Let me guess, you're like in your 40s right now? Yeah, you'd be in your 40s. Yeah. Yeah, you're around my brother's age. remember seeing the first episode of Sesame Street. God damn! Oh, that must have been one hell of a. That must be crazy, like looking back at that shit now, because like Sesame Street is such a like a common thing. I think by the time I was born, Sesame Street was such a like a common like, you know, everyone knew what Sesame Street was. So being there when the first episode was aired must be weird to like go back and like think about. But then again, I was a child when the first cell phone was made, so that's, and now cell phones are such a common thing. Yeah, yeah, we got to experience some like crazy shit during the past few decades. All right, let me get back to this. I I do really want to finish this game today, but don't feel bad for distracting me. This is actually really nice being able to talk to people. I'm actually talking so much that my throat is getting dry, so that's a first for one of my streams. At least finish the book. No, for sure. I want to at least make it to Gen's hideout. Actually, how long have I been streaming? I think I've been streaming for like what? Oh, like 2 hours? Well, a little over 2.5 hours. I can finish the game today. I just need to finish this journal, and well, there's also Gen's journal. I think that's the only other journal that there is to read. All right, so he's mentioning he's writing another age, the 234th, according to this number system. And I have every faith that it will indeed be a safe place for us to relocate to, yet it would be helpful to know what has caused the halt in this age's breakup. It is possible that it's stable after all. If so, I must discover how this age differs from my less successful attempts. My examination of the 233rd age has thus far proven inconclusive. Okay, so even Gen is aware that all of the ages he writes are garbage and they just fall apart. So the fact that Riven isn't like completely destroyed is kind of a mystery to him. And he keeps mentioning like relocating us or we, which I'm assuming it's those people that work for him are probably like a group of people that follow him from world to world as he like creates new worlds. Cyan headquarters has an elevator with the Riven numbers on it. Oh, that's cute. I imagine like this is the game that kind of like made them like who they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they have like, you know, it'd be cool to have like an actual like physical recreation, like I guess a replica of the Mist linking book. Maybe have it like have like a little light behind the page so like it lights up and shit. That'd be neat. Flip through the pages and see all the dunny writing. Right. Or perhaps someone is repairing the damage to the 5th age. If so, it would almost certainly be Atris's doing. I've reluctantly decided to abandon my experiments into the behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters on which I must now concentrate, leaving me little time for such speculative research. For future reference, however, my investigations up to this point have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a life form that resides in it, specifically a type of bacteria. I'm imagining a motile unicellular organism. Shouldn't that be mobile? Or I don't know what the word motile means. But one with structures capable of holding bits of water whose combined effect via surface tension, a stronger force, question mark? Ah. See, like, this kind of shit is cool, like, because there's that island where you get to activate, like, these giant pools of water that, like, shapeshift into things. And it's like, oh yeah, like, that's just, like, it's some sort of weird bacteria that lives in this world that using surface tension and yada yada. Like, it's really interesting hearing these, like, what looks like just magic be explained scientifically. Cyan did a Kickstarter a few years ago. It was special edition for Kickstarter donors. Oh, they actually have. Oh, they do have a Mist. Oh, I need to look for that. That sounds cool. they have some imagination. Oh yeah, the imagination on these guys is really impressive. Oh, you have one? Oh, that's fucking sick. It's just like, I don't know why I keep closing this back up. I should just leave it open. Alright. Might be able to find one on eBay. I might check it out. I want to see, like, at least to see what it looks like. It'd be kind of cool. Alright, causes the composite body of water to move in response to heat. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, for example, a period of extended boiling, seems to kill the bacteria, which would explain its dramatic aversion to heat sources. Unfortunately, these theories are still not fully tested, and I remain ignorant both of its deeper nature and its possible uses. An exciting development. Last night, a squad of maintainers stumbled upon a lone rebel scout and obtained from him a most incredible device. It is a crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books, much as my own system does, but with an obvious advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making it completely portable. Catherine must have fabricated the device before I captured her, obviously with an explicit dunny schematic she must have brought with her to this age. If only I had access to such a document all these years. Regardless, I can now concentrate solely on the writing of ages and need no longer worry about building elaborate power supplies for each new book I write. This is a sobering reminder, however, that I must continue to seek an avenue to Dunny. Regaining access to the resources there may be crucial to the completion of my mission. Cool. Now we read it. Now we can move on. Finally, we can make some progress. Now I just need to find... Actually, shit, there's one over this way. I'll use the one on this island. It has a screen which plays video when the book opens. Oh, that's so sick. I definitely have to look that up. Oh no, this is the wrong way. You know what? Alright. This is something that always bothered me, and I just remembered this because they always bothered me as a kid. So this path... Oh, I'm closing the door like an idiot. So this path leads to a little like tram car that takes you to this island. But why is the button that calls it by the other door? That always bothered the shit out of me as a kid. Because it makes more sense to put it here. You go to the door, you click the button, tram car shows up. But no, it's over at this door. Why? I'm only getting upset about it because I remember as a kid, it would always confuse the shit out of me. I always think that this door led to where the little tram car is, and I always forget that it's this door that leads to the little car. And that was something that always tripped me up, and it always annoyed me. Gen is a little erratic with his engineering. He kind of is, yeah. Gen's incompetence just shows everywhere he goes. Also, this is the weird water bacteria that he's talking about. The heat makes the water move because it's filled with this bacteria that uses surface tension to like pull the water with it to avoid heat. It's really fucking interesting. Like, they could have easily just like, oh no, it's just some magic mumbo jumbo bullshit. But no, they actually try to explain it with like real world physics and science. I like it when fiction does that. Like, it's clearly fictional and impossible in the real world, but it's explained in a way that you can believe that it exists in this world. Also, here those, what are they called? Y-trams? Y-trams? Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. We're gonna go visit Gen! Wonder if they can really do such a thing. Maybe, isn't there like a technology that kind of exists that uses surface tension to make water move around in weird ways? I feel like such a thing might exist somewhere. Yeah. Oh boy. Are you guys excited? We're gonna click, 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 click. Alright, let's... Where is... Okay, let's see if I got this shit right. If I remember correctly, the way this shit works is I have to put all these little knobs. Let's start from here to there. All right, I'll do this, and then I can do. That's 2, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 2, 5, 9. I think this was right. 13. What the? Not again. Clever. Oh, definitely. We're gonna go talk to Gen, and we're gonna tell him he's a big dumb idiot to his face. All right, let's see. That's should be 13. Right? That's 15, 16. Wait. All right, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then the last one is 20. Kind of hyped. I haven't fucking done this in so long. Oh, it worked. I am so smart. Also, that's very dangerous. Like, what if I, like, happened to step back a little bit? That shit would have fucking destroyed me. But yeah, now I'm inside the little spinny dome. Oh, and the design of this is so cool. Like, I'm guessing the dome is just spinning around me now. This is, like, really fucking dangerous. Can you imagine if I step back for a second and the dome just shreds me the fuck up? And then this little button makes it reopen. 233rd. Oh, wait. Am I ready? Am I missing anything? Wait, I should probably save. We'll see how smart I am when I play Mystery. Oh, yeah. Yeah, luckily I'm relying on memory to beat this, because I did originally beat this with a walkthrough. So beating a missed game without a walkthrough is going to be really interesting. Always save when you enter a book. Yeah, good idea. Save game. Let's save number 3. Poop. There you go. So now if I screw this up, I can go back to my poop save. And why is there no music anymore? What happened to the audio? Oh, did I fuck up? So I see you saw the... Yes! I solved the fire marbles. Yeah, thank God I remembered how to do that, because that is the most annoying puzzle in this game. Because it's one of those puzzles where, like, the clues are spread so far apart. Uh-oh. Whoops! I didn't mean to click. Uh-oh. Alright. But yeah, I solved the fire marble. Yeah, that puzzle is fucking nuts. That's the only reason I don't like this game better. To be honest, yeah, that's the puzzle that made me look like... I think that was the puzzle where I had to look up a walkthrough. Like, I think I got as far as that, and then I was just like, no, I'm looking it up. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I am stuck here. And we got... Okay. Wait, do these work? No, they don't. It's very common for that puzzle. Yeah. Yeah. Although, like, everyone keeps telling me that 3 is not as tough. So, yeah. Okay, so this should be... Well, none of these work, so it doesn't matter. Looking at these books is kind of a waste of my time. We got our trap book. Which, if I use this, Gen basically shows up and kills me. 3 isn't as tough. Riven is the toughest. Okay. So there's hope. There's hope for an idiot like me to beat that game. Alright, where are we? I guess the only thing I could do is... Do we call him? What up, fuckboy? Again, your son says you're a bitch. I love this guy's actor. This guy's amazing. Although, he has to be a different actor from the other times we see him. Right? Because he doesn't look like the holograms. Alright, let's listen to this. This is an amazing performance. I love him.
I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen.
Fuck you.
I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed.
Bullshit. I read your journal, you fucking idiot. Wait, he must know that I read his journal.
My past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the Fifth Age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atris desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you.
This part's so fucking clever. Eh? Do it. Do it, you dumb bitch. Suspicious ass motherfucker reading through every page trying to find like the fucking errors. Do it. Stop being a pussy. You fucking wimp. Alright.
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
Yeah. Not like this guy's such a fucking snake. Like, look at him. Where is he? Come on. Come on. I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Look at him with his fucking gear and his dart gun getting ready to fucking murder his own son. Also, this guy looks slightly different. Unless there's like, it's just like this different angle makes him look different. But like, he suddenly looks like a much older guy. Come on. Come on, you stupid bastard. Ah, we got him, you stupid bitch. It'd be cool if you could see him in here. But yeah, if I were to try to link there, he'll jump back out and be like, "You fucking idiot! What are you doing?" Yeah, there we go. Can I open this? No, I can't go out there. Won't even let me try. Let's do this. But yeah, there's so much shit going on in that little scene because like it just shows you how much of a snake Gen is, where he's like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to help these people and blah 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 blah. And then as soon as you warp to where he thinks Atreus is at, he shows up with his fucking like weapons and gear, getting ready to like fucking kill someone. And you're like, oh, you son of a bitch, you were lying to me the entire goddamn time you showed up. You fucking bastard. Also, what is this? Let's try the little music thing. It's cute that you could just leave that playing and you'll hear it throughout the entire. Little wine glass with like a bone or some shit in it. Oh, a little bug. Does it do anything? No? Guess not. Now we got a zinc. Nice crazy like obsession with his little pipe. Is this the other journal? No, this is a Lincoln book. Wait, where the fuck does this go? Interesting. Oh, I guess he was working on this book here. Interesting. Okay, yes, if I remember correctly, this. Huh? There we go. Now these things are powered up, and I can go back to the different ages. Oh, this leads me back to this place. The only thing I don't like about this is like it takes a while before it gives me back control of the game. There we go. So yeah, this should be, so that's the island with the giant temple on it. This is the island where he makes his books. Pretty sure this is the island where you get the clue to the giant fire marbles. This is the jungle and village. And then this island is an island I haven't been to yet. But we're not going to go there yet. I want to go down here. Oh, God. There's like a little dunny bed. Just some towels. I think this is his journal, right? Okay, not that big of a journal, so should be able to read this pretty quickly. Now, what's over here? Okay, little. At least he cares about his hygiene. That's nice. Also, there's this. I think that's supposed to be Gen, or it could be Gen's dad. His eyes are creepy. I always thought this guy's eyes are creepy as fuck. Oh, look at that shit. Fucking soulless looking motherfucker. And then here's a picture. It says to Gen. I can barely read that. That's way too small. Dedicate something. Blah blah blah. Love. Guessing this is like Gen's wife or something like that. Also, there's this thing. Easter egg. Ooh. Right? Is this Gen's wife? She's Riveness, isn't she? That sounds like Riveness. The woman is Keta, Gen's wife, Atreus' mother. Ah. Is she also from Riven? Also, yeah, Quapple, what's the Easter egg? Before I move on and look for stuff. So yeah, I assume that was Keta. I'm pretty sure the lore is that she's also from Riven, which would make a lot of sense. Keta is human. Keta is human. You mean Earthling? Yeah, I do know that like the Myst and Riven games technically take place on Earth. Like when the Myst book lands in front of you at the beginning of Myst, that you are somewhere on Earth. And the Fisher kind of connects Earth and Riven in some weird way. And the Dunny civilization lives somewhere like underground. It's not here, it's towards the beginning of part of the game. Okay. Well, we'll probably see it because I'm going to get there soon. Real quick, let's read this journal. There's not a lot to read here. Alright, I start this latest journal entry with astounding news. Catherine has returned to the 5th Age. And though it sets my teeth on edge to say it, she has also vanished as quickly as she appeared. Stolen from me by the rebels. As my guard tells it, she linked into the Fisher Plateau cage, as I'd guessed, when suddenly he was set upon by a band of rebels who darted him and spirited her away. I suspect the truth of the matter was that he was so dumbfounded at actually witnessing someone link in after all this time that he presented an easy target for whichever rebel had happened by at that moment. The damnable luck of it, he did get a good enough look at her though to verify that it was indeed Catherine. Also, they don't kill. True, that guy wasn't dead. That guy eventually leaves, the one that caught me. It's not here, it's towards the beginning. If you look over the cliff, the upper left hand corner, you can see pictures of the children of the people who created this game. Really? Alright, I'm gonna keep that in mind when I get back there, because I have to go back there anyways. I look over the cliff, it's towards the beginning part of the game. On what island? On the island where you start on, or? It was indeed Catherine. He also claims that he inspected all of her belongings and found no linking book on her person. A fact which, if true, makes the question of why she's returned here all the more puzzling. While I am sick with frustration at having lost the only quarry that Cage has ever caught, I am also filled with hope she may yet provide me with a way back to Dunny. It is true that I have managed, despite overwhelming odds, to break free of the confines of the 5th Age and resume my mission to save my culture from extinction. But I fear that unless I am able to regain access to the vast resources that lie in the city's ruins, the task of reconstructing that great civilization will be impossible. If Catherine did bring a linking book with her, then I am halfway there. If not, then she is trapped in the Fifth Age, and I can assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. I love how like this journal is so like personality-wise different from the other journals. It's right by the fissure? Okay, I'm gonna have to check. Remind me when I get there, just in case I forget, because I definitely want to check that out. Because I've never seen that, I never even heard of an Easter egg in there. And this, I think this is just the original version of the game, so it should be there if it was in the original game. Either way, it is crucial to my plans that I find her soon. Her presence here now forces me to take the rebels more seriously. I should never have permitted them to survive this long. Once again, the Great Wark has demonstrated its usefulness to me. This past week, the villagers have been most difficult to manage. Apparently, they have learned of Catherine's arrival, and their fear of this mythic beast has been all that have kept them in line. Has kept them in line. Had I known how truly useful these prodigious creatures would prove to be, I would have perhaps captured more of them while the local population was still plentiful. Although, to be sure, if their disturbances continue, my current pets will be in no danger of perishing. That's an H. Sorry, for lack of nourishment. So he feeds people to the warts. What an asshole. But yeah, Gen is such a great villain. The way he's able to like just lie to my face about like, oh, I've changed and my son is like emotionally compromised and blah blah blah. Fuck you. Fuck that guy. I'm glad he's trapped in that book. I should rip out a few pages and wipe my ass with it. The search for Catherine continues. I now deeply regret my mistake of having even thought these primitive people anything at all about the books. Seems that with each passing day, I more sorely realize the extent to which they were not ready for that knowledge. Not even in the simplified manner in which I had presented it to them. Their minds, adapted only to the exceptionally menial tasks of village life, were incapable of comprehending the art in all its complexity, and thus were unable to extract the essential underlying principles that are, ironically, so elegantly simple. It is obvious that much of the discord that exists between us, the discord, stems from their failure to grasp the full meaning of the information I gave them. If they'd been able to gain even the smallest glimpse of the future I'd planned for them, then this conflict would not exist. The minds of children are much more malleable. With the proper instruction, they have developed a more appropriate posture towards the culture that gave them their lives. At times, they take to it almost as if they had a bit of Dunny blood in them. Given the natives' inborn limitations, however, I am quite careful that none gain a level of understanding that would permit them to sin against their future. The way that Catherine did. How foolish I was to think that she could contain such knowledge responsibly, when it was quite clear that my own son could not. Atreus, still he remains one of the greatest disappointments of my life. Yeesh. Yikes. I should never have left him with my mother. By the time I'd returned for him, he had already been poisoned as to all thought of the Dunny. Perhaps it was the only way that she could rationalize the fact that she had been responsible for the collapse of their civilization. I really should read the books because it does go into the backstory as like who Gen's mother was and how she caused the Dunny people to like basically almost go extinct. So much destruction, so much great lives lost. The guilt must have been unbearable. I do have I do have vague recollections of the love she had for my father and for our world, but ultimately she was an outsider whose ignorance of the Dunny became the catalyst for their demise. Can you get them on Amazon? I'm pretty sure that'd be useful. Oh, yeah, I have to look up all that shit when I'm done here. Which one's first? Book of Atreus is the first one, right? Hey, welcome back, Chris. Yeah, like I said, I really wasn't that far from the end. I already took care of Gen. Gen's already not a problem. All I gotta do is save Catherine, and then I could finish the book. Book of Tiana is first. Oh, okay. So it's Book of Tiana, then Book of Atreus, and then Book of Dunny? Okay. Alright, I'll look into trying to get the Book of Tiana first. I do need something to read. I haven't read a fucking book in quite a while. Blah, blah, blah. Ignorance of the Dunny became catalyst for their demise. They are available together as the Mist Reader. Ooh. Okay. Thanks for the info. I'll have to check that out when I get the chance. If I am able to rebuild our culture and in the process correct such crucial weaknesses, then perhaps what she did was ultimately necessary in order that a new era of prosperity might someday come to pass. These last few weeks I have found myself frequently beset by images from the past. As I stood in the schoolroom today, I was reminded of my own childhood. The years I spent in the Bookmakers Guild, Father's immense pride at each of my small accomplishments there. He was an important man in the Dunny world, but I can't bear to think of him for long. It's too much. I was too young to see such a thing. Okay, bam. I've got her. Late last night, I received word that Catherine was in the village attempting to persuade the people to join her. I lost 2 good men in the process, but I would have paid 100 times that number for such a prize. She's been taken to the prison island, where I've been attempting to gain some insight as to the reason for her presence here. I've had to fight the all but constant impulse to put her on the gallows. Jeez. She has adopted the most infuriating stance of only answering my questions, when she answers them at all, in her native tongue. Even so, she is a poor liar. I am now quite certain that her return to Riven was unintentional, and that she brought no linking book with her. As far as her unwillingness to share with me the location of the moiety, we shall see. Without their leader, however, they are once again powerless against me. If Catherine's coming here was indeed an accident, then Atreus is bound to come for her. That is a given. The question I must now consider is, how will he do it? It is likely that his hesitation has been due, at least in part, to this dilemma. One way or another, though, he'll have to bring a linking book to get back to Dunny. There is no other way. It's late and I cannot sleep. I like how you can tell his handwriting is a little janky here. It's late, I cannot sleep. I've lost so much in my life. My people, my father, my son, and you, my wife, Keta. You are the only true kindness I have ever known. Watching you flicker there in the imager, sometimes wonder if you were real. If I could restore your life with my pen, I would do so in an instant, and leave the rest of the world to their own wretched fate. Oof. Yes, the tears in the writing. Oh yeah, and there's little tears. It's so it really gives you a glimpse. This guy's clearly a broken man who's. It really makes me wonder what kind of person was Gen before. I'm assuming the books probably go into the kind of person Gen was before we meet him in the game. Alright, now he's back to his senses. Damn these savages. I would be well advised to leave them all in the 5th age and begin again with a clean sheet of paper. A stranger has arrived on Riven. Hey, he's talking about me! With a linking book to Dunny. That's what you think, you dumb bastard. And once again, my useless minions was overtaken by the rebels. From what little I could decipher from his muddled explanation, it apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage has been damaged, but it is no matter. Everything I need is here now. Atreus is certainly behind this, yet how could he be so foolish as to send someone here with a linking book? Such blatancy is unlike him. Could it be that he has had a change of heart? After all these years, is he finally letting his poor old father go? No, he's only after one thing. Perhaps he should find her. For now, I need only to wait and observe. And this thing. Alright. I need to remember this pattern of noises. Okay, I think I can remember that. I'd write it down, but I don't know how to write bring ding dong, whatever, all those weird little noises. I guess it's like a little, I don't know, whatever. It's 5 little notes. I can remember that. Oh, I forgot I left that on. Oh, wait. Book. Where is... There you are. Ooh, we're gonna be Catherine. Right? She's on this island. Alright, yeah, we're beating this game today. That combination also changes every new game. Yeah, I know. Whoop. That was way faster than I was expecting. Click. I just imagine it being really easy to lose a limb with this fucking machine. Because you have to, I assume that button that's on the floor, you have to like step on it and then this thing like flips over and probably hits your foot. Had a lot of odd combinations. Yeah. Yeah, that it's kind of cool because it makes you actually have to like play through the game in sequence in order to actually get all the combinations you need. Actually, let's do this. This is fun. That dome turning looks scary, yeah. Can you imagine just being inside of the thing holding the book while it's like just spinning around you? The music is so cool. Like it's like this ominous music that just starts playing and you're like, oh. We're here now. Hello. Yeah, I made it. Creepy. Yeah.
How'd you get past?
Oh, Gen? That dumb bastard? He's trapped in a book.
You have to get me out of here. If Gen gets the linking book to Dunny, he'll kill Atreus. Gen's people may be watching us. The combination to the elevator is somewhere in Gen's office. Be careful. Go then. If you won't help me, then I have nothing more to say.
That's right, I completely forgot that there's a way to get here without trapping Gen first. I think if you don't give Gen the book, or if you don't link to the book, he'll be like, alright, you're not gonna fall for the trip, you're not gonna like link into Dunny to let me follow you, so when you change your mind, come back, and then he activates the books for you so you can go and like explore Riven and do whatever the hell you want. It's possible to get there without even getting the linking book in the first place. And he's just like, oh, do you have a book? No? Alright. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see if I still. I'm pretty sure. Should have been a marked spot that says exactly where to stand when the dome switches. Maybe. Maybe there's something on the floor. Okay. Yeah. That was it. Pretty sure that was it. Had to have been. Yay! Oh, that's it. Right? I trapped again. Catherine's safe. Now all that's left is get Atris's attention, and we'll be done with the game. The Dunny never follow OSHA rules. True, their technology is like really fucking. But then again, they're able to like just create another world and bring more people. I don't know. Hello. Come on, get in the elevator. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Don't forget the I'll have to check it out.
Already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup.
Yeah, the music here.
Can I see the book?
She links to the book. She gets trapped. Gen comes out, kills me. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, there he is.
You did it.
Yeah.
We're all free.
You're welcome.
You're captured again.
Yeah, the guy's an idiot. Fuck that guy.
But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what I'll do once I realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky. It's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So she just straight up tells me, like, go here, do the thing, combinations in my journal. Go. That's it. Like, game's over. You'd have to be a complete idiot to fuck this up. Also, did she take the book? Alright. Alright. Can I keep playing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, she took the book. Also, why did she do this? She's like, I can't let him like go back to my room and find my hentai stash. Imagine you got killed by the dome. Oh my god. I come back, her arm is just sticking out of it. Alright. I like the fact that you could like activate this by just smashing the button until it works. I did all the work, she just runs off with the prize. But yeah, but this is mostly just to show you which symbol is on each. Alright, let's get that combination right. Alright, was 5, 10, 15, 20. Already forgot the numbers. Right, okay. Got 13. 9, 5, and 2. Oh. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen this ending. 13. What about 13? 13 what? Did I say a different number other than 13? Whatever, I got it right. My brain does that sometimes. Never mind. I don't know what number I said, but like I meant 13. Don't worry about it. My brain be dumb sometimes. Also, that rock formation doesn't feel like it doesn't look like. But then again, I don't know how gravity works on this in this world. That looks like very implausible. Like that little narrow thing holding up all that rock. Yes, what number was next? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That's how like That's how much my brain is active right now. Oh, why'd she activate the cage? What a bitch. What if I wanted to take a shit on Gen's bed or something before I left? Also, what happens if I do this? I guess not. Yeah. Who's gonna show up? Alright, for a second I thought I saw something. Is there any island you guys want to visit before I go back? Actually, no, I can't. Yeah, I remember this. She tore up all the books. Gen gets signal, but he's in the book. Yeah. Wait, but is the signal like for him, or is the signal around here? Also, did she destroy? Yeah, she destroyed all of them, right? Did she destroy this one too? Yeah. Damn, like right when I was about to open the book, I was like, that's right, she destroys all of them, so I have no choice but to go here. Yeah, they kind of like, they just funnel you, like, they're like, no, you're beating the game. Stop fucking around. Would be funny if he got, he's just sitting in the book and there's like an alarm going off in his ears, like, fuck. It's like, I'm trapped here and now I have to listen to this shit. That would actually be kind of funny. Like, I'm just there, like, hitting the buzzer, bzz, 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 and he's just like, God damn it. This fucking asshole traps me in a book, and now he's just annoying the shit out of me. Slow. All right. We're doing it. And then the other one comes down. Yep. Kind of depressing when the signal works, but he can't do shit. Nah, screw that guy. Gen was an asshole. So, which way does this go? Oh, this just activates. Then it goes there. Also, yeah, I love the fact that Catherine took the time to like completely like ruin any kind of path I had to go anywhere else. Like, she made damn sure that I'm going to the Starfisher and nowhere else. I guess that was like the game developer's way of being like, look, we couldn't come up with a scenario where you go chase after her. Yeah, she didn't have to do that. I guess it's more like a game developer thing, because like, what if I went to the village island? Like, what would I see when I went there? Also, I'm pretty sure like even this wouldn't work, but I'm not even gonna try that because I already know. Okay, oh, Quapple, where am I supposed to look? Because I know down here is where that guy was supposed to be, the guy who caught me. So where's the picture? Is it in here? Yeah, I kind of wanted to do like a quick world tour before activating the Starfisher. Actually, can't I? I could, right? I'd have to go to like the long way around, wouldn't I? Can I activate this? Look over the cliff and look onto the upper left corner of the screen. Okay. Yeah, she deactivated everything. Like, I have no way. Yeah, I guess once you capture Gen and save Catherine, you have... That's it. Like, you're locked to the ending of the game. Hey, Glutton. You're still awake? Well, just in time to see the ending of the game. Okay, so... You said looked over this cliff? Alright, look over the cliff and look on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. I don't... Where? No, the other cliff? Which one? This one? Down here? Oh shit! Ah! Oh my god, I've never seen that. Who's that? There's like two little kid faces. Wait, is that the Miller brothers as like little kids? Or is that like their kids? Yeah, because I always knew that there was like when that guy that catches you at the very beginning, you could look over this cliff and see him here. And then he'll be like laying here, and then later on he won't be here anymore. Oh, they're the kids of the developers. Holy shit. I've played this game so many times, and I always look over this cliff to see the guy laying there. And I always come back here to see when he's like, when they take him away. Or when he gets up and leaves, or whatever the fuck happens to him. I know like he eventually like goes missing. I've never seen that. I never knew that was there. Damn, that's crazy. Thanks for showing me that. That's really fucking cool. Can't believe I never noticed that. Right? Isn't that so weird? And when I tell you, like, I played this game a lot, like, I played it a lot. Like, I've played this game over and over and over and over again. Never once have I noticed that. Alright, let's see. It's 3, 1, 3, 2, 5. Yeah, moving on to the end. I can't go anywhere else. I'm literally stuck. Like, I can't leave this island. Which is kind of lame. I wish, like, they would have given me the option to, like, kind of go around and, like, explore Riven one last time before I leave. But, you know, it makes sense for the story. Like, Catherine's like, look, don't follow me. Just get to the Fisher. Get Atris here. Let's get the fuck out. Like, she is, like, serious. Here we go. The Starfisher. I want to see somebody hit the button 3 times instead of hitting the 3rd button. Hit the button 3 times instead of hitting the 3rd button. Oh, that's what I used to do. Actually, I did that the first time I tried to open it. I don't think you were there last time I played it. But yeah, last week when I was streaming this, I actually did the ending where you don't save anyone, you just rip open the Fisher and destroy Riven. And I thought the code was like click the first button 3 times, then click the second button 5 times, and then yeah. Yeah, I used to think so too. I think the first time I played the game, I thought that's how you were supposed to solve it. But no, you're just supposed to do 3, 5, you know, you're supposed to just put in the combination. The last time I'm able to explore is when Gen gives me book. Or right after you trap Gen. The game doesn't get locked until after you save Catherine. Yeah, here we go. One last look into that starry expanse. I'm assuming this is Earth. Because this is where the book lands, and they're saying like, oh, this is like a weird anomaly that's constantly like moving around. Alright, so is everyone ready? We're gonna see the ending. Click. Looks like a black hole. Well, it could just be like, well, it could just be like an object there, which would, I assume, would be Earth. Just an object that like light isn't shining off of for some reason or another. Or it could be a black hole. That makes a lot of sense. This is more like a wormhole that leads to our realm of reality. The Fisher is not real space per se. That makes sense. Yeah, I always wonder like how, I guess in the books and in the later games they explain how Myst and Riven and all these games are connected to the real world. But I always assume like this Fisher is just like some sort of like weird time-space anomaly in between links. Alright, so is everyone ready? We're gonna save. We saved Catherine. We defeated Gen. It's scary how beneath the ages there's a starry space. It is kind of creepy, like this world is just floating out in emptiness. It makes you wonder like how it works when you write a new age. Does like a new like star just pop up? Alright, well, I guess, time to finish the game. This part always freaks me out. I'm there like, oh shit, what did I do? What did I do? I broke it! The first time I saw this, I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Explain linking theory if you really want. Holy shit, really? Go ahead if you like to. They should teach that at universities. Oh my god, could you imagine going to university to learn like the art of linking? Hey, Atris.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? Where's the book?
Atris!
I don't.
There.
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age.
Cool.
I thank you.
As do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life.
Making a link to an age requires writing a descriptive book which describes the universe being linked to. Oh, so it's like a whole universe. There she goes.
This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me.
Wait, what are you doing? Atris, get me the fuck out of here.
Goodbye, my friend.
I just slapped the book out of his hand and like it falls into the fish and we're both trapped here. Okay. Atris, what the fuck? And now I'm dead. The ages are parallel quantum realities on the Great Tree of Possibilities. So it's quantum mechanics, basically. Like, that's actually, that would make a lot of sense. Really crazy that they went that in depth as to like explain
now I
how.
understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure, that riven cleft of stars that acts as both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my Miss Book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend.
You're
The age of
sure?
Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can
has
never
yet-
truly
yeah.
be written.
The ending can never truly be written. Ah, so cool. So much nostalgia, Jesus Christ. All of the ages exist in quantum possibilities. Writing the book connects to a single quantum reality. Later linking books are tied to the first one. So it's like, what is it like? I know very like surface level stuff about this, but it's like I think isn't that part of like Schrodinger's thing, like the whole like collapsing when like there's like several different realities that exist all at once, and it's not until someone observes it that it collapses into the reality that you see. That kind of deal. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. So like, so essentially, all of the ages exist outside of the books being written, but then when you write a book to link to it, it causes the reality to like solidify and become a, I guess, a stable state that you can link to. That's actually really, that's pretty cool. The double slit experiment. Oh my god, the double slit experiment. I remember looking that shit up and like I was like, how the fuck did they figure that out? Oh man, that's really fucking cool that they actually like used real world quantum physics to explain how linking books work. It's pretty wild. Oh man, but yeah, there we go. That was my adventure through memory lane, and that's as far as my memory goes of these worlds and these stories. So next week, if you guys are down, next Sunday around the same time, I'll be playing Exile. I'm actually gonna buy it. It's like I don't own it yet, but I will buy it on Steam as soon as I'm done with this. The tricky thing is that the book describes the age, but no book can describe everything, so details are randomly filled in. Imagine being the first to do that experimenting. Yeah. How much? Hi, efforts have been superhuman. Thank you for caring about this project. Cool. I think it just sends me back to like that beginning, right? Now I wonder how much in Myst 3 do they explain like all this stuff. Thanks for sharing the experience. Thank you guys for being here to experience this with me. This was a fun trip down memory lane. It felt good doing this. It's been so long since I re-experienced Myst and Riven. So I'm really excited to like play 3. Not much explanation in Myst 3. It's more of a side story. Okay. That's still exciting. I do like the characters. Like I love Atris is such a cool character. I love Atris. Sirius and Achenar were fun to deal with in the first game. I hear the villain is pretty fun. The whole story starts to fall apart because I missed 5 USD Atris. That's serious again. Alright, let's pop back over here. Look, the brothers are alive again. Yeah, I kind of... Well, they never really tell you what the hell Atris did to the books that the boys were trapped in. So it could be that, like... Yeah, I think that I remember hearing that the explanation was that the books are technically, like, ages that you can link to. But then the link is just broken, so you can't come back. The villain in exile is the guy who plays Wormtongue in the Lord of the Rings movie. Yeah, that guy. Wasn't he also in the Harry Potter movies? But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I forget the actor's name. It's the only unresolved issue after Riven, Atris' sons. He annihilated those books. Yeah, I like to think that the canonical ending was like he just destroyed the books. He's like, look, my sons are a problem. I need to get rid of them. Crap books are actually non-canon. Really? No, wait. The prison books are, yeah. How are the trap books not canon? That's what isn't that what I used to trap? Actually, no. Yeah, you're right. Trap books are not canon. Yeah, because in 3 they explain that they're books that link to a trapped world, as opposed to their artistic license. I see. How to trap box be non-canon. Actually, no. I think what he's referring to is because in Myst and Riven they explain that the trap books, or the prison books as they're referred to in the first game, from what I remember, or actually they refer to that in this game. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel bad when like I try to like automatically assume. I don't know why by default I just go to he. But yeah, okay. I'll make sure to remember that from now on. Vex Jedi. But yes. I think what you're referring to was the fact that the prison books from Myst and Riven are essentially linking books that the connection were basically messed up. They retconned the trap books. Yeah, I heard. They link to prison ages rather than voids of links. Oh, you guys are a bunch of nerds. But yeah, I remember someone explaining that shit to me, that in 3 and onwards they explained that the prison books are actual like prison worlds. Vax Jedi's biggest nerd? I believe it. The fact that you know all this stuff like off the top of your head. I had to like watch lore videos explaining this stuff in the past couple of days to remind myself about how these games worked and all that. But I remember hearing that like because I remember in the first games they explained that he basically would write a linking book to a world that would seem like a world that, you know, greedy explorers would want to go to, but then he kind of like fudges some of the text so that when you link to it, the link is broken and you're just trapped in the link in between the two worlds. As opposed to later games where they just explain that it is just a linking world. Like you just link to a world and you're trapped there. Which makes no sense because like you don't use the same book to come back. You use another linking book that you take with you to come back, which, you know, I did like the idea that like it's just like you're basically just stuck in the void of nothingness in between worlds. Alright, they had to make more games, so they had to explain some other shit. Yeah, exactly. The one where you are trapped in the linking void. It's much cooler. I like that. I like that lore a little bit better. Oh man, can't believe I ended up talking. I already ran out of water. But yeah, that was stupid that they changed it. They needed a way to like make more games because like what else could they do with Myst 3? You know, like you defeated Atreus's kids, you save his wife and defeat his father in Riven. So like, what do you do with a sequel after that? Bring back his kids. Here's a new villain. Well, they could have kept the whole like idea that his kids were basically like destroyed or whatever, and then this villain was so obsessed with getting revenge that since he couldn't get revenge directly on Atreus and Cirrus and Achenar, he decides to go after Atreus instead. I don't know. They could have done some stuff where like they killed his children, so he decides to kidnap Atreus's daughter. Which actually isn't that what happens? I can't remember. I'll like 3. I hope so. I'll be playing it next week. Because I remember Bearded Vulture was asking what am I playing next. Well, next week I'll be playing 3, so I hope all you nerds come back next Sunday so we can keep talking about Myst and weird shit. 3 is going to be exciting because I've never played 3 before, so I'm going to have no idea what I'm doing, and you guys are going to be able to make fun of me for being an idiot and not being able to solve any of the puzzles. Myst 3 is just one of the many side stories they could have made. Yeah, I remember someone describing it as like not necessarily a sequel, but more like a fan fiction. And then 4 is kind of like another continuation, and 5 takes place like several like centuries later, I think. But what else? Five is modern day. Oh, so 5 just takes place now. In, well, modern times. Well, wouldn't any of the games could technically take place in modern times? 4 is much more a continuation than 3. Alright, we'll see how I feel about 3 after I beat it. Because I really do want to play Abduction as well. So I might play 3, I'll play Abduction, and if I really, really, really want to continue playing the Myst series, maybe I'll play 4 and 5. So far it doesn't sound like I'll play 4 or 5. Depends how I feel about 3. Because there's a bunch of other like weird PC games that I've been wanting to play. I don't know if you guys... Have you guys ever heard of the game called Helix? This is like turn-based game, very much in the style of like Earthbound. But the entire game is done in... not heard of Helix? It's spelled with a Y, actually. And a C. So it's spelled Hylic. Look it up. It's really cool. It's basically if anyone's ever played Earthbound or like an old school Final Fantasy game, like old Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 1 or 2. It's very much like that. You know, you have a team of 4 and then you get into random encounters with enemies and then you use like, you know, your attack commands and special spell commands and item commands or whatever the fuck to fight. But what makes the game interesting is all the art style is done in stop motion claymation. And it looks really surreal and awesome. Cool word in the Gnostic belief system, Helix, also called somatics. from GK's body. Ooh. We're the lowest order of 3 types of humans. I don't know what any of that means. It's too many words for my simple brain. Positive belief system, also called somatics. We're the lowest order of the 3 types of human. What does that mean? Weird ass early Christianity offshoots. I guess that's fitting for the game. I hear the plot of the game is like you're fighting like the king of the moon who's trying to like cause order in the people of the world, or he's trying to destroy order. I don't know. There's a whole premise where like all the characters you talk to speak in like procedurally generated sentences, so everyone you talk to just talks in gibberish. Yeah, the theory I like best is when Atreus destroyed the prison books, the void is broken, and the brothers finally link into the ages themselves. Ooh, that looks... Oh, Vax, did you look it up? It looks cool. The sequel is way better looking, but since the first game is only like 2 or 3 hours long, I might as well just play it. I could do it in like one sitting, so I can at least have context for what the second game is about. But yeah, so that might be like my agenda. As far as like my Sunday streams, I do stream like a few other days out of the week, but I think I'm gonna stick to like obscure ass like PC games. Well, not that Myst is obscure, but it might be fun to play like really out there games like Myst, like really surreal stuff like Myst and Riven, Abduction. I really want to play Helix 1 and 2. As far as my other streams, I do stream also on Tuesdays and Thursdays if you guys are interested. I was talking earlier about playing Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. If anyone has ever played a Yakuza game, it's basically that, but it takes place in the Fist of the North Star anime. I'm going to start playing that on Tuesday. And if any of you guys are a fan of the Devil May Cry series, I'm playing that on Thursdays. Specifically playing on the hardest difficulty known as Dante Must Die mode, which I've never done before. And it's fun. In as many words as I could describe playing on a very hard difficulty. Oh yeah. It's been fun. Fun hanging out with you guys, fun hanging out with you nerds, nerding out about stuff. I want to see if I could try to raid someone. I might have to... Might not be able to do it from here. Isn't there like an option to raid through here?
It's probably in the list of like optional windows.
I'm looking for it. Where is it? Found. You guys can watch me struggle as I'm still pretty new to using OBS and I don't know how all of the functions work. I'm trying to see if I can look for a...
View dock. There they are. View dock.
Is it one of these?
This is the name of them. Say. I mean, you can just use like.
Can I do it?
/raid and then the username.
Yeah, but Alright, someone give me a username to raid.
Who's out there right now?
I don't know, is anyone raiding anyone?
Oh, look out, a snake is streaming right now.
Oh, hey! Yeah, I'm gonna...
Still streaming. Oh no, that he stopped. For some reason on my phone it never updates.
What an asshole. Alright, good night, Glenn. See you on Tuesday.
Now my phone is taking forever.
Actually, I could just look up on my phone. Let's see. We'll look for someone to raid real quick. Wesker! Why are you showing up at my last, like, 5 minutes of stream? How you been? I highly doubt anyone else is actually playing Riven. Oh hey, there's one person streaming Riven. Some asshole called Hanjo Havoc. Fuck that guy. I'm literally the only person streaming this game. What the fuck? Let's see. Is anyone streaming Myst?
Woolly Behemoth is streaming. You go visit him. It's been a while.
Ooh, haven't shown up. Haven't seen that guy in a minute. Ooh, there are some people streaming Mist. It's 2 people. Showing up at just the right time. Yeah, I'm doing good. How have you been? Haven't talked to you in forever. Actually, what is Woolly Behemoth streaming?
He's playing Ghost Recon.
Alright, let's get that guy. Let's go visit Woolly Behemoth. I haven't seen this guy in a minute. Right, it's just
So it's slash.
oh, that's right. Slash. Whole lot of nothing on your part. Well, shit. Well, actually, you know what? I'll just text you on WhatsApp as soon as I'm done here. Or unless you want to continue this conversation, because I want to send everyone over to Woolly. Ooh, okay.
Slash raid.
Hook up. That. And then just
Or is it slash
no, it's slash raid.
yeah, slash raid and then Woolly Behemoth. You know how to spell it, right?
I just space Woolly Behemoth.
Yeah. Capital W-O-O.
Oh, caps is important.
I think it is. O-O.
Oh, whatever, just in case. Behemoth. Yeah, I have it up on my phone, so Behemoth. Let's see if that worked. Alright. See you guys over his stream.
Yeah, it, yeah.
Invalid name. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I guess do it again without a...
Oh, there's 2 L's. I fucked up. No, that's my fault. I'm dumb. See you guys there. See you on Tuesday. Bye. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.